And hopefully, if I didn't screw up my settings again, they can hear me now. Hello, Silver Gauntlets. Good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time zone it is where you are. Welcome to... Is this our first League restream since the new league started, Tobias? Why are we... We're quiet. Okay. Working on it. Why are we quiet? Tobias is silent. Ah, Jesus. Okay. Why is everything wrong? Just all of a sudden. Try now, Tobias.
Trying now.
That should work. I'm good at this.
Yay! I am audible. Awesome.
Sorry, guys. I tried to create a non-Triforce Blitz scene in OBS, and apparently that just deletes all your sound settings. So, yeah. Also, freaking Hellknight isn't live
we
yet.
don't need a timer on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That is on -2 hours because we are actually just counting up time. All right, Hellknight says GLHF in racetime chat, so should be live
maybe?
soon.
Is
live now.
Alright, close that split. God, I don't remember how to do non-Triforce Blitz stuff.
We'll get there. We'll get there. This is the first non-Triforce Blitz restream in a good while. So, bear with us, folks. But we'll.
Are we getting any game sound from ACU's side? Because it's showing that
I'm not
getting some, but I don't hear anything.
I'm not. But
chat,
we'll
you are
get
hearing
there.
ACU's side? Oh, great. We're back to my old problem.
Ah, okay. So Discord only. Well then, cool. We can deal.
It's a little loud. Okay.
Alright, baseball has initiated the race, so we shall be off in about 10 seconds or so. Maybe a few more seconds with stream delay. But yeah, welcome to League Season 3, the OTR League, a competitive league of with about, I think, 130 runners or so was the last statistic that I saw. Amazing stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't know, I'll be real. I am just trying to make all my stuff work again, and apparently it just doesn't. Nice spawn.
Interesting spawn. Okay, we are in we spawn in the desert with Minuet. 50 skulls is a strength upgrade. We might be here for a while. We'll see.
Also, the hint on ACU's side was Deep in the Wasteland was a recovery heart. Does that count as a single location as foolish? No, I don't.
No, that is not a foolish hint. That is a
That is a useless hint.
That is a sometimes hint that saves us from having a single location foolish hint here and slingshot under the waterfall. So what does League mean? Let's start with the fact that we are back to collecting medallions and defeating Ganon.
Do you know what else we're back
League
to?
settings. What are we back to, Dastar?
Bingo!
Tell me. Oh no! Well, that too, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Sacred Forest Meadow was something to Bongo, I think. I think. Oh, and ACU just takes a club to the face.
Well, sometimes that do be how it is.
Yeah, but you don't want it to be. That's the problem.
That is true.
All right. Let me see if I can figure out how to get us some sound here. Hang on. I'm gonna mute myself real quick while I figure this out.
Well, I guess you're stuck with me, Chad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chad.
That is a problem. Okay, we're about to get a bunch of hints on Hellknight's side. Let's see what they are. We have Fountain Foolish, OoT is Sunsong, Frogs 2 Dead, and Skullmask Fire Arrows. Okay.
Those are checks. Those are very much checks.
Yes.
So why? Alright, remind me next time I have this idea to never make another freaking scene in OBS. This is just dumb. I would rather just rewrite my existing scene like 40 times. I'm mad. I'm honestly mad about this right now.
Well, settings profiles are a thing, but that's
Yeah.
okay, and that's our second copy of the skull mask, and that is exactly what messed you over at that point. I know, I've been there. That's our second copy of the skull mask hint on ACU's side. To note, League, as far as I know, uses the CSMC Classic settings. So that's chest size matches content as we know and tolerate it from Season 5. Not my favorite, but that's what they're using. And so ACU found 4 small chests in Mido's house, and one of them paid out with bomb shoes.
And that's why you open the small chest, even in CSMC.
Especially then, because hey, you still need some health.
Or all of it, in my case.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and we start with lens and furores. Normally we don't start with furores, just lens, but this time we actually have both.
Mm-hmm. We have Goron City Path to Twin Rover
5 chests
in
Mido?
Pack Open Grotto. And I missed that first Deku hint on ACU's side.
Or under rope. Fun. But what, TJ, what are you talking about?
Oh, 30 skulls dead. Nice. So we know 50 skulls is a strength upgrade. We know 30 skulls is dead. Oh boy. And ZL in the windmill.
Well, that's nice and easy to get.
That is convenient. Goron City still path to Twin Rover, says Deku Tree.
Man, a lot of my bingo squares are already going to be just screwed. Oof.
Yeah, that's how bingo works sometimes. But yeah, chat, if you haven't yet, if you want to play along and get yourself
Plenty of memes for
a
everybody.
bingo card for fun and memes, feel free to type !bingo in chat and get started. Okay, and it was a 10-pack of chews in Mido's house, we see on ACU's side.
And ACU also accidentally trying to equip the Ocarina as if we don't have that D-pad quality of life there. I mean, it's a misclick. It's just funny. That's all.
Yes, indeed. I think
this would be a lot better if we could hear the game, huh?
I'm doing fine. I'm still sitting here with friends and chatting about OTR, so I'm not having having a bad time. That is for sure.
Fair enough.
Hellknight going for more music. What is Saria's song going to be? It is Nocturne. Nice.
Yeah, you definitely want to push those songs. Those are definitely going to be a key to everything, even if you don't realize it. You can definitely miss something very obvious, like, oh, maybe once you find that hook shot, you can get your Crater song, which may have been your access to GTG or something like that. Cough last night, cough.
Oh, 20 skulls sometimes hint. Hadn't seen that the first time around.
Ocarina still suns, hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
And Link the Moron has a stick.
Oh, stick upgrade.
10 extra sticks.
We'll take it. That could be worse.
Indeed.
Alright, so to elaborate a bit more on what leak settings are, if I can find the right document.
Alright, Hellknight picking up his shoes here.
Yep.
No, the Goron Link is a moron. That's why he's called Link the Moron.
There are people who don't like Link the Goron. I like Link the Goron.
I heard this from you! I heard that name from you!
I will admit nothing.
Alright, well, either way, I can check off the square for bomb shoes found before first bomb bag. Let's go.
Let's go, indeed.
Alright, I think ACU just peeked the maze. I didn't pay attention to what they saw, but I'm going to go ahead and assume nothing because they didn't use choose to get to the two. Oh, speak of the devil.
And who would need choose anyway? Kokiri's sword chest has a first logical bomb bag.
In this case, I really have to respect Hellknight because both of those runners picking up those choose just gave me a free bingo square, so I appreciate it.
Nice.
Because they didn't have to get those. They could have just gone and gotten the bomb bag. And also because Hellknight did it as a child, gonna have a distinct advantage here over ACU, because those bombs are big.
That's definitely an important find, and ACU will have to make do for a
Oh!
while without...
I think he'll be fine.
Oh! Well, hello
that-
there. I guess we're dipping DC.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, got a sling, got choose, got strength, can easily get logical from spawn bag. ACU is just gonna have, oh, and look at we got the medallion set. Deku is a medallion, so that's just gonna be real fast.
Mm-hmm.
But Dodongo's is vanilla, oh boy. Or, so we're guessing.
Yeah, Dodongo's is definitely a stone, that's what we know. We start with Lens of Truth and Furor's Wind. Rainbow Bridge requirement, I think I mentioned it before, 5 medallions. Ganon Boss Key, 6 medallions. So Ganon Boss Key you will get on the Light Arrow cutscene, which is set to 6 meds.
Oh, fun. Yo, we've got...
Unfreezing King Zora yields a Zora Tunic. And also, by the way, there was a strength upgrade on top of DC.
Vanilla KZ, you gotta love it.
Zora Tunic? Is that a vanilla?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have... I played... I don't know when I've played vanilla last.
Yeah, the, obviously Iron Boots are from clearing the Ice Cavern, and you get the Tunic by unfreezing him, and then you just go to Water Temple in the main game.
Huh, today I learned.
The newest randomizer race that we're gonna come up with, Tobias, is just we race vanilla.
I mean...
Unrandomized randomizer.
It wouldn't be a bad challenge, honestly. I haven't played vanilla in so long.
That's the same, dude. Speaking of which...
Alright.
When was the last time we did comms? Oh, no. Oh, chat,
This is
you've made a
scuffed.
mistake.
This is scuffed already.
Chat, you've made a mistake here. Now you gotta put up with us again. You almost got away from us in Triforce Blitz, but now we're back.
The mistake was tuning in today.
Yep.
Big red X, top right of your screen. You know what to do.
What? Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, you're talking about people closing browsers. Okay, I did not follow at all.
So something that is not in Logic to note, or is a lot of tricks in League. League is meant to be in a relatively accessible rule set, so a lot of the tricks that you may be used to from standard races, like for example Season 5 tournament races, are not in Logic. To note, men on roof without hookshot, so it's always very funny when Rufio provides you with your first hookshot, because that can be very deep logically in the scene.
And I have that bingo square. I know it's not a hookshot, we've already seen it, but at the same time I have that bingo square. I also have Dark Link Finds a Way, so... I mean, that's neither here nor there.
That is true.
Alright.
Also, the windmill heart piece is also not in Logic without Song of Time, and the Crater's Bean heart piece...
Oh, really? Even the
is also
windmill is out of Logic, huh?
Yeah, exactly. The windmill heart piece you need Song of Time for, and the Crater heart piece with just hover boots is not in Logic. You need Bean X's. And Song of Time from Malon.
Malon apparently has the lore teaching Link how to go back and forth in time. That's a thing. It is, in fact, definitely a thing. And that's about all I can say about it. Okay, backwalking the bridge. I'm not used to seeing that.
It's a risky strat, at least for me, because I frequently just fall off it. But you know, I mean, ACU is obviously can obviously handle it better than I do.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you just have to be a gamer, and then you don't have to pay attention.
Exactly.
And that's why you and I
bottle.
can't do it.
Any ice rushers in chat?
No.
Why not?
Why not? I mean, but why?
Because bottle.
But ice.
Yes, exactly. Ice. And it is, for once, just an empty bottle.
I'm not gonna say it. However...
Thank you.
I definitely liked the rules I ended up playing last night, because it was people who hadn't played in a while, so they had outlawed and weep skip. So, in order to rush ice, you actually had to find Rudo's letter. So I really did like that. So I found
That's
it early.
fair. I mean, that's how it used to be until what? The end of season 4? Weep skip as a glitchless strategy is actually a fairly recent discovery.
Yep. Joke's on you,
Right.
Jax.
Hell
Rushing
Knight-
ice was always viable.
Mm-hmm. That is the point. Hell Knight is checking Colossus checks here. Colossus Fairy and presumably Child Spirit with those bomb shoes he found. We know it's even in logic to check Child Spirit at this point with the slingshot in the waterfall that ACU already has picked up.
Alright, and speaking of which, ACU's about to go say hello to a big lizard.
Yep.
Alright, we gonna see Flower or two strats?
Flower, definitely Flower. You want to save up those last shoes for explosive lock checks.
I hate that you're correct, but I really wanted to see the two strats, just as a bit of a flex.
For swag, absolutely yes, but this is still a race. This is but you're not almost never going to hit that first bomb, Flower. Yeah, no.
All right, well, today I learned. ACU already burned you to grab an extra skull. Oh, well, rough.
No, this has nothing to do with Richard.
Get out.
No.
Also, I actually, more Richard puns here. I actually, was talking last night with the person I was running with. Just talking about, man, it'd be really nice if we had a bow as I was doing Richard, turned in Richard, and his mom gave me a bow.
Cool.
Nice fetch stick. Even it came with a little wire tied to the ends.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think that that shoe strat looked good.
All right,
Nailed it.
That is nuts.
That was swag.
Hellknight
Doing that
showing
basically.
off. Sorry, go ahead.
Doing that basically with that is holy hell. Okay.
No,
So we do have
Holy hell,
we do have two strengths easily available. One atop Dodongo's Cavern, the other on King Dodongo, but there's still that third strength sitting on 50 skulls.
But that's actually really nice because it tells you, unless you know that third is required, which you're not going to for some time, you know you're not going to have to do those skulls.
Yeah, but keep in mind, 5 Medallion Bridge, Light Trial can very much be a thing.
Yep, I'm sure it's looming. I for sure. I'm not doubting that. Yeah, see, Chuckle's just echoing you.
Almost as if chat is, a few seconds after we are speaking.
That can't be right. Oh man, why did Hellknight have to pick up that bloopy? They were gonna have. Oh, never mind. I thought they were about to have even money, but they didn't. Alright, so Dodongo's Cavern is the Kakiri Emerald, which ACU now has, so unfortunately not a vanilla stone. It is a shame.
A damn shame.
So according to chat, Goron City to Twin Rova must have Mirror Shield at this point, since we have both strengths. I mean, it could lead to other things depending on dumb logic, right?
I mean, Goron City to Twin Rova in the end has to lead to Mirror Shield.
True.
Could still be that it's just gonna be an item that gets you a stone dungeon that has your Mirror Shield in it or something.
Kakiri Emerald.
But it has to lead to Mirror Shield.
Dodongo's Cavern was Kakiri Emerald. Alright, Hellknight. Okay, they're both down to 3 chews each. I really
With Hellknight, I feel like Hellknight is getting a bit more utility out of those chews, going for more bomb block checks. Yeah,
he's able to save. Missed the skull there. He's able to save a lot of his chews because he has the actual bomb bag, which ACU does not have, and that's.
Oh right, yeah.
That's going to be really big to his advantage.
2 small chests in the child climb here. Not exactly paying out.
There we go. That time he got the skull. So ACU with the strengths, Hellknight with the bomb bag. This is very interesting divergence that once they both, like, cover each other's ground is gonna make this a lot quicker.
Gonna be interesting to see how that shakes out. Because obviously both of them can be, let's say, I'm not gonna call it losing time, but they are using perhaps a bit more advanced strats, a bit more precise strategies. For example, if you don't have a bomb bag, you need to be a bit more conscientious of how many chews you spend on what. Might skip a few checks that Hellknight can just go for.
Right. Or you just take a fireball to the face from Dante. That could just happen.
That can definitely happen.
Look, sometimes Dante's just a jerk. And by sometimes, I mean every time. Without fail. There is no in-between, and you can't tell me otherwise.
If you say so.
Alright, so ACU is going to score about a 53-ish? 52, I was right the first time. Damn it. But gets nothing!
Dante not paying out either.
Yo, winner heart piece!
Well,
So,
okay, never mind. Paid out.
Dante
Winner, we know
very
who wins.
much pays out, because that was a bingo square for me. So... with just strength, Dodongo's Cavern was fully in logic, right? Because you can do the bomb flowers? Yeah, that's right.
Not fully in logic. You would need bombs to, you would need bombs for any check beyond the bomb bag chest. But, since we know that that bomb bag is just Sphere 0...
Right. Oh no, I was asking because of a thing that's where I had Racer breaks out of logic. I mean, it's so vague, it works.
From his point of view, yes. But so is just jumping over to Rufio again.
Yeah, we need to take that one out of the board.
We do.
And that is Saria. Hellknight almost lost his ankles on that little spike there.
Right, Saria's Song and Composer's Grave. That leaves Bolero, Serenade, Epona, Sunsong is on OT actually. And Storm's unaccounted for.
Fun. That's a really great combination of songs you don't get. And by that I'm being very, very sarcastic.
I mean, Horse locks a bunch of checks in DTG. Logically, of course, both of them are good enough to be able to backwalk through the to be able to backtrack through the desert.
All right, Small Hellknight versus Big Knuckle. Here we go.
Big Knuckle doesn't stand a chance.
No, he doesn't. Small Knight. That's it. I'm gonna go Small Knight.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's something. More boomers.
That is all she wrote for Child Spirit.
Alright, so Child Spirit not paying out, as you mentioned. That is going to be a little bit of a... Well, no. Got keys, right? I think he has 2 of them right now.
Yes, I would say actually it's a reasonable play. You want to, if you're a child and you have access to Spirit Temple,
yeah, no,
I think you want to play into that.
Yeah, and that means that he found 3 keys since you have to use 1 to climb.
Especially considering that Hellknight doesn't have bombs. Doesn't have bombs. Doesn't have strength 2. Bigger crafts a slingshot. That's interesting.
It's dead.
Dead to our purposes. Yes, indeed.
Nobody will ever get that.
So Hellknight doesn't have strength 2, so does have no way to get into Adult Spirit right now. So I like the play of actually going for Child Spirit here. It's definitely reasonable.
Right. Because of that waterfall sling, they're not going to bother, especially since they have to find the trade item for that. Now, does it start on claim check, the trade sequence? Or do
No.
they have to... Okay, so they actually have to find all the pieces.
Yeah,
And by all
could
the pieces,
start as early, I think, as
prescription?
prescription, indeed.
So we need to change the next restream. What is our next restream? Now I have to do work. Ew.
Well, we're currently still looking into it.
Oh yeah, those were the one. Okay, yeah, you were doing those.
Yep. Speaking of, if you want to help us out by volunteering for making these restreams happen, we are always on the lookout for new commentators, new trackers, who can help us put this content on Twitch for you. So, join us in our Discord. We're definitely not a cult.
We're absolutely a cult. But also, wait, do we really have a command for that now? Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. But in general, we also definitely need commentators because the rules of the league are we can't be approved to restream league matches unless we have 2 commentators lined up. That is the bare minimum.
And we definitely don't want to have anyone solo commentating anyway. That's just...
And we definitely don't want anyone doing like 2 or 3 jobs at once.
Cough, cough.
Good, it's okay. They didn't hear me.
We'll take it.
Everything's
A heart piece from, heart container from Dante.
Look, they didn't hear me. Everything was fine. No one can prove I said that.
No comment.
But the real
one of the. Go ahead.
is why can't they freaking hear me?
Well, I don't know.
All right, what about now? Is this any better? Like, am I louder to you?
You were never quiet to me, so.
Is it now louder?
No.
Okay. Chat, how about you? Can you hear me better now, or did nothing change?
There's not going to be any change. Going to assume at the moment that I'm solo comming this, but Dastar will join us back very soon. That being said, Hellknight going for some skulls here is wary at least of that 50 skull hint.
Yeah, I literally raised my volume 40%, so the fact that you still can't hear me is making me kind of mad. I love it.
Sounds like it's a mic audio source then.
Just keep going. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Hellknight is leaning into those skulls here because obviously he knows it's a 50 skull hint for strength, and you kind of have to get worried at that point. ACU, I think, yeah, nailing the Chew Strat 4 Goron Pottery. If only he knew. Oh! That's big though. Iron boots in the Goron pot.
What do you mean big? Those are DLC. Alright, how am I now? Oh, I did get louder after that 40% boost? Great. Whatever. Well, now I'm even louder, so deal with it. Irons to... Oh god, how could... No, Virgil, put that away. We don't want that.
So yeah, that is the first major item we have found in Goron City. And unless... Hot Rudder Goron gives us something else, it might be the last.
No, wait, Ventnor is correct, we do want that, because then the mirror shield has to be in the toilet. Let's go.
Right.
We're back to medallions and stuff like that. Give me the toilet. You know you want to.
And the chief meme officer is back on duty, I see.
I never left.
Alright, what is Hot Rudder Goron gonna be? A hook shot! That is, that by itself can be the,
that's
path
probably
to
it,
Twinrova.
Yeah, it is
Like,
more than likely that, and not the irons. Yeah, so that was one thing that Hellknight had over ACU, that child play in Kakiri to get that bomb bag. ACU capitalizing, on the other hand, and using that child play in Goron City to get that hook shot, so... Virgil?
Yeah, both of them. Oh! And a boomerang on 10 skulls.
With a non-required Jabu. Yes, great.
That's
Oh
what you
my
think.
god, I am the cult meme officer. I love it.
Oh no. Sacred Forest Meadow to Bongo. Say. Where did we see that? Yeah, that is the Colossus hint that we already saw from Hail Knight. So far can just be Requiem or can be Nocturne.
Oh, we have Nocturne, don't we?
Well, yeah, we do have
we have
Nocturne,
both,
so that has to be Nocturne actually.
Yeah, we have both of those already. How else did we get out there? Duh. Look, I'm paying attention, I promise.
Well, that makes one of us.
Yeah, well, it's not like they bring us in here because we're great at commentary.
No. Hell Knight doing nighttime market checks, checking Richard. His mom is stingy as always. Grabbing 20 rupees and likely going for castle hint, castle fairy, and then back in for shoe bowling. That's my guess. And then it's probably time.
I'd call Hell Knight's probably getting both hints. Lon Lon Ranch to Queen Goma, which was... What was the song at the horse? Time? That doesn't make sense. Because you don't need the Kakiri sword, right?
No, it's Open Deku.
Do you logically need Kakiri sword?
No.
Then why would Lon Lon be path to... We found a bottle in Lon Lon Ranch, right? Bottle and Song of Time.
Yes.
So what could be behind Bottle or Song of Time for Goma? I'm very confused. Wait, how? How? What item? I don't even know what item it could be. But that's the thing, I don't know what the item could be that we're missing. Yeah, it is Open Deku. We already got the hints from the Deku tree.
No, we got those as adults. Give me a second. Are we actually Open Deku?
Oh. So it is Kakiri sword then.
Oh, 1 second.
So Kakiri sword is locked by Song of Time?
Give me a sec.
Yay!
That was a dupe of the 50 skull hint.
I don't think our commands are working quite yet for League settings, because the one who normally gets those working is in the race.
Yeah, he can't reprogram the bot for League settings, so sadly, no bot today. But
Yeah.
we do have BaseBot on duty. Thank you so much, BaseBot.
Basebot, yes, let's go. She tracks, she takes notes, she video edits. Is there anything she can't do?
No.
Alright. Alright, looks like Hell Knight is bouncing straight to the Lost Woods. Yo, that is an Armos push. Calling it. It's not very far, but it's still a push. Alright, so where is Hell Knight going? Chalgoron City here? Or Sacred Forest Meadow into Chalgoron City cleanup?
I think so, yeah. Routing just towards that general area of the map.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Hell Knight still hasn't done Dodongo's Cavern yet because, well, it's a stone. And that's actually going to bite him because he needs those strengths. Because that's unless he wants to do 50 skulls, that's a required DC. And let's be real, raise your hand if you want to do 50 skulls. And that's correct, I see no hands in the air.
That is the correct number of hands in the air.
Now, 69 skulls, we'll talk, but 50? No.
I missed you, Dastar.
I didn't go anywhere. What? Okay, sure. Okay, and Virgil is going to be the other. Have we got
Virgil is going to be the contrarian.
Look short. All right. We've only gotten one of our foolishes, right? Just fountain.
Yep, just fountain as far as we know.
Oh,
and another bomb bag that is very much bomb locked or hammer locked in Lost Woods in the Eco Scrubs.
Yeah. And wait, so that bomb was on Hot Rodder, right? Which you can't do with bomb flowers. Sorry, the hook was on Hot Rodder.
That hookshot was on Hot Rodder, which is not in logic with bomb flowers. You can do it.
Right. Which means that technically that hook is out of logic for ACU because he doesn't know about the bomb bag. Both of these bomb bags.
Mm-hmm. From the point of view of ACU, this is very much an out of logic hookshot, and he's probably going to play into that.
Alright, they both have gotten to that Silver Gauntlets chest and found a bloopy. Wait, what did we say was Skull Mask already? Fire arrows. Okay, so Hellknight's picking up a fire source here.
Reasonable play, I think.
Yeah.
As soon as we find a bow, that will be incredibly useful to him.
Not without magic.
Well, more useful than not having them.
True. But Shadow is a required dungeon. We are going to need Dins by the end of the day here.
Indeed.
Draco, holy. It's probably my fan because it's hot as hell, and too bad you're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, it's me. It's fine. I don't care. You're gonna have to deal with it. Alright, Hellknight just making himself explode to get through that portal there.
So I have looked at the at the rules document for League just now because I was curious about open or closed Deku. What? So the League settings are based on Season 5, and no change to open or closed Deku was made there. And I seem to recall in Season 5 the Deku tree was closed, right?
Yeah, sounds right. Sorry, I stuffed a cookie in my mouth. Anyway, yes, it was very closed.
Well, and there's a Kokiri sword to consider for a Deku tree access.
I mean, it kind of has to be with that Longwan Ranch to Goma. It was kind of needed. Do I look like I'm tracking Chuckles?
Yeah, we're keeping the tracker cookies for ourselves. That's just the restreamers who get them.
They're not tracker cookies then, they're restreamer cookies.
Yeah. Anyway.
Look, if you're gonna have a cult, I'm gonna have my cookies. That's just how it works. Anyway, there's a condom for
Neighbor's Love from Child Archery. Child shooting minigame.
Alright, I've started a riot. I've gone too far. I need to be stopped. I have too much power. Alright, so here's Spinning Pot for Iron Boots for Hellknight. No, was it here that was Iron Boots? Or was it somewhere else?
Yes, indeed. It was Iron Boots right here.
Why does it seem like the Spinning Pot always has Iron Boots? That feels weird. Jax, can you spam your emote again, please? Thanks.
Just subscribe to them and spam it yourself.
But that requires me to open yet another frickin' tab, and I've already got 45 open. I'll do it after the race. Anyway, thank you. Alright, here comes Hellknight with the hook shot. I guess it would be Hook Knight in a second here.
Looks like it.
He did it!
So where do we stand? We have a bit of a lull in terms of what items we have and what dungeons they get us. Yes, Boomerang is great, it doesn't get us into Jabu by itself. Hookshot is great, well, we can start Forest Temple, but we don't really want to touch that until we find a bow if we can avoid it.
No, we're gonna have to double dip. It's fine.
Ew. Or just vanilla bow.
Now that's the ew. Alright, let's see what's over here. Whole lot of nothing.
That's a
It's a free
duplicate
shield.
strength upgrade hint. We knew that one.
But it is a free shield, which means you don't have to spend 80 rupees.
What was the hint that ACU never got that Hellknight got just now in the maze?
I wasn't paying attention. Was it 50 again? I think it was 50 again.
No, it can't be. We have both copies.
Pretty sure I just saw
Wasteland
50 on
dead.
this side. Okay.
Really?
Oh wait, Wasteland. Oh, Wasteland was a recovery heart.
No,
not,
yeah.
not foolish.
That was the
not foolish.
recovery heart. It is not a foolish hint. It is a sometimes hint.
I caught myself. We're good. We're good. But you know what this means we are going to see? This means that at least one foolish hint is going to be in the back of the lake. I'm calling it.
I mean, at this point, it's starting to become more and more likely. Richard has a piece of heart.
And Simon says, play Song of Storms. Well, not anymore.
And then transition to CL.
My god, you're right.
It's a medley.
Alright, and what do they get? Here's ACU about to pick up the full heart. And Hellknight getting a heal. That was
another heart piece. ACU sparing himself saving himself the heart container pickup. We're getting a child spawn check here that we hadn't seen before, and it is Temple of Time. Okay.
So Serenade completely useless. Oh wait, you have Prelude. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
So Serenade completely useless. Oh. Okay, so that's a ZL locked scale.
Saria's song locked scale. ZL locked, yeah, by proxy, because ZL obviously locks the Saria's song in Composer's Grave. Interesting. Gives us logical access to Zora's domain. No, we have to have that with ZL already. Gives us the convenience of using the shortcut, though.
It does. Scale gives us... I mean, technically, Lab Diver Tech Type... Oh, no. Crater Foolish.
Crater Foolish. That's
okay,
good use.
So that means that's going to be Serenade, probably.
I mean, it has to be. We know where Serenade is. That's going to be in the crater.
I'm going to guess, technically, it could be Bolero?
No.
No? Okay.
Bolero can never be a foolish song. The only two foolish warp songs, the only two foolish songs, because they
Serenade
unlock
and
0 new checks even in theory, are
right,
never going
Bolero
to be
locks
Serenade or
the
Prelude.
Bleeding Patch. Right. I forgot about that. You're right. Alright, ACU just following what... basically they're just following each other, but Hellknight's going out to Deku here. Wait, I thought it was closed. Where is he going? Oh!
Skulls.
Alright.
He is still following up on that 50 skull strength. And at least routing Buck Skulls as he goes along. Which I think, good decision. Again, even if it's in air quotes just for strength 3, that can still come into play very easily with Light Trial alone having 9 checks, plus OGC Fairy having another one. Light Trial has 8 checks, sorry.
So here's the best part. In order to finish this seed at this point, we will locate spell percent, because they already have the condoms, they already have Furor's Wind. Dins is required to beat the seed. So I'm just going to go ahead and check that box right now.
Yeah, so if you have spell percent on your bingo card, you may check it now.
The race cannot
Actually,
end without it.
you may not. Because yes, we will be required to get it to finish the seed. But, you know, don't get to call bingo early for it.
I mean... I like cheating, though.
Why am I unsurprised?
Damn. Wow, okay, fine. Be like that.
Hey, I mean... Speaking of our salty run-back race...
Look, I win one race, and this is what I get,
has to be cheating.
Wow. Can't take the loss just once, huh?
No, absolutely not.
Jax, don't you dare. Don't put this out there. We know it's in the toilet. It has to be the toilet. It's definitely not... God, I don't even know anymore. Look, it took me literally the entire tournament to try and make and follow along with Triforce Blitz logic, and now I have to learn this old/new settings again? Like, what the hell? What do you expect from me? Oh, that's true, actually. Jax was there. Officially sanctioned cheating. And that means Hellknight wins the entire race because they finished Dompe 2 seconds faster than ACU, right? Tobias?
I think that's how it works.
Yeah, there you are, okay. I heard your little beep and I couldn't tell if you were actually here or not. Okay. ACU about to open up GTG, and Hellknight picking up nothing. Oh shit, Jax is right. ACU got the winner heart piece. So they're the winner. I guess they just have to play out the seed to figure out who the actual winner is.
It seems like Hellknight is sticking hard to logic here.
I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to see.
Actually, no, not sticking hard to logic, just using the hookshot as a shortcut across Kakariko. Okay.
Oh, well, he's now going to do Dodongo's Cavern and get Strength 2, which is going to put him in logic.
I think probably squarely on the path towards Spirit Temple is my guess.
Yeah. He's definitely... Oh, he sees that Goron's Bracelet is going for it. Now, he's going to have basically the same loadout as ACU with the exception of that bomb bag. But again, having that bomb bag early is just going to put him in a lot better of a spot because he's in logic. And while you don't need to be in logic to win, it's going to help. Meanwhile, we've got GTG from ACU because we just need more acronyms. One chew and a dream, baseball. A heart and a half and a dream, even. Okay, well, now they got more hearts again.
One chew is enough, though, to hit the BMOs.
Well, I mean, ACU isn't the one doing Spirit here. Alright, what do we get in the maze? Oh! That's not the toilet! That's not the toilet at all, but that is gonna be Song of Time for that.
Kokiri Forest Path to Volvagia was a Medigoron hint.
Yeah, but the Lon Lon Ranch was Song of Time for Queen Goma for that sword. Oh, yeah. Hellknight! Oh, Hellknight. Hellknight just got rocked off the ledge.
Sometimes that happens.
Okay, well, luckily enough, Link the Goron didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, Song of Time to K-Sword is definitely reasonable. That fulfills the London Ranch path fully.
Wait, why is TJ getting wrecked? Oh, okay, I got it. I just didn't read. Alright, we've got to fight. Alright. Do we have to fight?
I'm gonna leave these two to it, I think.
Chuckles, you realize you're starting to fight against people with swords here. I mean, you're not going to win that fight. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you.
Okay, here's Hellknight picking up Serenade. There we go. We can understand logic, and ACU with the first big chest in GTG giving us another scale.
Ooh, gold scale and logic.
No, not in logic. GTG is entirely out of logic.
Well,
Don't have a horse.
All right,
Don't have a long shot.
All right, fine. Well, Jack says otherwise, and I believe Jax, so get wrecked.
If they say logic, wait, what? Oh, far side of valley. You're right. It's very in logic.
Nice.
Duh.
Thanks, Jax.
No, getting caught there is in logic.
Spirit Temple for Phantom Ganon?
I'm just being a dum-dum.
Hold on. Spirit Temple Path of Phantom Ganon.
Oh. Hello.
Is that first bow, then?
What do we get in spirit? So far, nothing much.
Bottom of the well, Foolish.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, that's really nice. It was, I mean, my bottom of the well in the seed I played yesterday was about to be Foolish until it just had light arrows and forced us to do ice caverns just for those.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen a major item in Spirit Temple yet. So definitely good information for Hellknight. He will almost surely route this route towards Spirit Temple as soon as he picks up his 2 strengths in.
Yeah, and the best part is Hellknight already knows that Child Spirit is done. So he knows that there's once he gets those strengths, he has to go there, get that bow that'll get him Phantom Ganon.
First logical bow itself, or something leading to that, has to be in spirit at this point. We have strength upgrades, we have hookshot completely in logic.
Hellknight, wrong button. Come on.
The current time is London Ranch Queen Goma. That is a second copy of that one.
That's a bad time.
He's just gonna be, wait, what did I get there? Can't be the bottle for skulls, right?
Well, oh yeah, right, because he's probably thinking
50
Song of
skull
Time.
strength.
Oh no, Hellknight. Just think Song of Time. It's more than likely Song of Time, dude. Or also
Yeah, it's a possibility. I'm sure he's gonna have both opportunities or both choices in his head.
Yeah. Also, he needs 2 more rupees.
Well, he's not gonna get them here. Finally remembering or caring enough about that strength atop Dodongo's Cavern.
Well, he did see it and was routing around and just picked up a bunch of other stuff to just clean up as well while he was doing it. So, it worked.
So he's dipping DC with exactly 1 bomb.
Yeah, but he's got strength now, so... He'll be fine. I think.
Another big chest. This one actually out of logic. In GTG, found by ACU. The big chest, in this case, being the hammerlock chest in this room.
Hellknight, double checking that Zora tunic is vanilla.
Yep. Get that silver G vanilla in chat.
Sometimes you just need some ice. Oh,
what?
The bailout.
Oh wow, what a bailout for a creative username. That is our 3rd bomb bag, and it is hammerlocked in GTG.
Hey, isn't that other way around, Ventnor? So that is a very explosive seed. Okay, well, whatever. Hammer is bomb locked. Well, we do need the hammer. Never mind.
Ideally, we never want to know about hammer. Put it back if you see it.
No, we do need hammer. Or, it's required.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Look at your medallions, dude.
Yeah. Just looked at the... Oh, and the 3rd big chest is the eyeball frog, which we know is nothing. But frog warp is a thing.
Frogs in the chat. Oh, hey, another shirt. It's hype frog, isn't it? Not type wall. I don't even know what hash frog is.
Hash frog is the frog emote from from racetime.gg that is also available via someone's 7TV channel.
I see. So Bigoron makes a slingshot. That was a hint. Quarry.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know anymore, man, and I'm watching.
Welcome in, Kawari. Yeah, so what do we have? We have a 50 scope hint telling us that there's a strength upgrade there. We also have 2 very free strengths available, a top DC and on King Dodongo. Hellknight found a bomb bag early in Kokiri's sword chest, whereas ACreativeUsername did Kokiri Forest as an adult, and ended up skipping K-sword chest for now, was just bailed out by a bomb bag in the hammer chest in GTG and has now made his way to Spirit Temple, where we predict Hellknight is gonna route next.
Yeah, especially when we know that it's going to lead to a bow somehow.
Yeah, so Spirit Temple is Path to Phantom Ganon. It has to be for a bow, either a bow itself or for something that leads us to a bow. Yeah.
Oh, get one more rupee. Come on, come on.
All in all, I would say a pretty fun start to our league coverage for this season.
Yeah.
This seed is.
In addition to that, we know where both scales are. So that would put also... did we get a lab dive hint?
We did not.
Okay.
But we still have 2 sometimes hint and the 40 skull hint missing, so that could still happen.
And I think 1 foolish, right?
Nope, we saw them all. Fountain, Crater, and Well are foolish.
Okay, well then I can pay out the bet. We did not get a single check foolish location.
Well, there goes your bingo square.
That's not a bingo square, that was literally the bet.
Oh.
That was literally the prediction I put up, dude.
Oh.
Thanks for playing.
What, you think I pay attention to those?
Well, I mean, I kind of depend on you, because I'm sure as hell not paying attention. Anyway, cool, what should we put up next? I have to, like, relearn how to do, like, this friggin' prediction stuff. Oh, hello, Bo.
And there's your bow, as we expected.
Tobias is a good European, he doesn't gamble.
Right, that's ACU just gonna be straight into Forest now, I would assume.
Yeah.
Because that is a dungeon he can now beat. Also, he is key-locked out of Spirit Temple.
Because there were 3
So going to be
child.
interesting to see once Hellknight makes it to Spirit Temple. Will he continue, or will he just straight up bail out immediately once he finds the bow and head to Forest Temple himself?
Probably not, just simply because... Oh no, he wouldn't have Mirror Shield, so yeah, he probably will. If he has all the pieces to just get through it, he would bail. Or he wouldn't bail, I think.
Yeah, the question is, do you build on your previous dip and take it as far as you can, or do you just decide, nah, I'll come back later. I have a medallion dungeon I can full clear right now.
Okay, it also looks like apparently ACU did have the keys. Oh, there was 1 key. Okay,
Did he?
well, there were 3
Oh.
there were 3 on Child. I know that.
Oh, sorry. I
but even
misread
still,
that completely then.
But even still, he doesn't have the Mirror Shield. He can't complete the dungeon. He can complete Forest. And because of that bomb bailout in GTG, that's obviously going to start eating into that whatever lead Hellknight built up by having that early bomb bag. Chuckles. Really. Really. Yeah, no, Jax is completely right here. You definitely go to your full clear dungeon first. Get the nap time out of the way. Do the exciting stuff later. Alright, get your silver gauntlets ready because we're about to spam them again. Wow, it's like we knew it was there! And now Hellknight's probably going to abandon doing any skulls over 20, because I think we said 20 was something?
20 was hinted dead.
Okay.
So it's a gamble. Do you completely abandon skulls, or do you at least pick up the ones that are along the way anyway? Because 50 skulls can be the strength is the strength upgrade, and light trial is a thing that exists. I don't think you fully abandon skulls until you make it to go mode.
Especially because he's been pushing them so hard already, he's kind of committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because now if it turns out that you do need strength 3, he's going to be like, well, I'm already, halfway there or whatever. Even though that's not the
Yeah,
actual...
do you go out of your way for skulls at this point? Probably not. But do you at least pick up the ones that are along the way? Maybe get you to 25, 30, 35? Yeah.
Alright, you know what? We're going to have a nice long bet here. I'm going to put about 15 minutes on this one. You know what? I'm going to even go more. I'm going to go 20.
And ACU has picked up a wallet on the Forest Temple map chest.
Alright, chat. I want to know, what do you think? Are those 50 skulls needed? Tell me. Reveal to me your secrets. Because put your bucks on the line.
Oh boy. That's gonna keep us busy for the rest of the seed, I think.
It is, yeah, that's kind of the point. Hell, I'll put my bucks on the line if someone else wants to pay it out.
I'll pay it out.
Alright. Alright, what side am I putting my bucks on?
I mean, that's your choice. Note that the prediction says, will strength 3 be hard required? That is 9 checks in total, 8 in Light Trial, 1 in OGC Ferry.
Mm-hmm. And here's the best part. I am going to destroy the odds. Enjoy!
Whoa! Dastar putting a big fat 100,000
Look, I'm all about
channel points up.
I am all about putting money where my mouth is. That sounds really wrong. Never mind. Let's just pretend I never said that. Moving right along. But yeah, easy money if you want to bet on that strength 3 being needed. Could get some easy points here. Oh, Big Noober already trying to challenge that big bet with the 40k on Believe. Let's go.
In any case, happy 1 hour, everyone. Welcome to Double Forest.
You know what? I can't completely say this is a problem because it gives me a bingo square. Renner's in the same dungeon simultaneously. Alright, BaseBot, what you got?
Thank you so much to everyone who made this restream possible. Thank you, first of all, of course, to our runners who graciously agreed to let us restream them. If you haven't checked out their channels yet, please do. Hellknight and ACreativeUsername put out awesome OOTR content and other content on the regular. Second of all, thank you to Lady Draco and Baseball, who are putting in the work of keeping track of what items our runners have, of keeping track of where we found what items in a giant spreadsheet on the background. And thank you to Dastar for being my wonderful co-commentator as well as our restreamer today.
Yeah, and thank you OBS for totally not having sound problems. I mean, what? No, I'm joking. Thank you, OBS. But no, thank you, Tobias, for joining me for this so we can make this happen. We definitely want to get some more League content out now that it's started. Obviously, this is about as great of a match as you can hope for to start off the League coverage here. And especially with, this some guy named Hellknight. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. He runs this channel called the Silver Gauntlets. I don't know about that.
Weirdo.
Basically.
Yes. That being said, interesting order of checks by Hellknight here. Went to the Stealthos last, or I think might have gotten a ferry there at least before progressing further into Forest Temple. Oh, and yeah. Also, thank you so much to Baseball for also race monitoring for us today.
Yeah.
Pulling double duty.
More like triple since they're also the bot today.
Mm-hmm. Base bot in full effect. And with that, a creative username has already made it to Joel.
Oh, right, I keep forgetting that there's names for these.
Yes. Joel, Beth, Amy, and Meg.
That wasn't interested in telling you on it, but okay. Alright, I'm just enjoying the chase that Hellknight's putting on here. Like, just right behind ACU here. Depends how hungry you are, Kalo. I really hate on my bingo board that I've got things that can't happen in just perfect spots to block, like, my 3 in a rows.
Well, that's how bingo works.
Yeah, it is, and I hate it. Thanks,
Imagine
I hate
playing
it.
that competitively, though. Who would ever do that?
I mean, look. Oh, actually, that reminds me about a thing I have to do, completely unrelated to bingo itself.
Ooh.
I owe a thing.
Dastar owes a thing.
I owe a thing. Believe it or not, I owe a thing.
Oh dear.
They won the predictions for the main bracket of Triforce Blitz.
Oh!
Wait, no, that has already happened, Kit Kat. That don't pay no attention to that goal. That is not a thing. No. We already did that. We're not.
Yeah, that has already happened. That being said, though,
No.
we did kind of commit to doing something else.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're not ready to announce when yet, but
No.
after the last charity race, just gonna mention it.
No.
One of the last things that people could put money up for was the decision. What do we do next?
Look, it was already decided what's going to happen. You'll just have to start and find out. You know, maybe there's more ways to heck us over. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that.
do good for charity
I mean,
in the process.
That's really a secondary thing. You know, it's really... Oh, that hand is trying to get away from Hellknight.
Yep.
Alright, I can't say this one out loud, so I'm just gonna type it.
Is it entrance rando? Well, our first race was Dungeon ER KLO.
Yeah. The one before
No,
the Triforce Blitz tournament was
yeah.
in fact entrance rando. It was 70 skulls. It was Jax has to suffer through a voice chat with Dastar for what, 6 hours was it? Oh, what are you guys doing? There really isn't a goal right now. That's the best part. Like we've already hit the goal. We don't need. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna. All right, we're good.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you from starting a hype train. It all goes into helping the channel put out more great content for everyone.
Yeah. All right, I'll tell you what.
You're not committing anything to a hype train or to a sub goal right now.
This is fine. This is fine, Tobias. Don't worry. If it gets to a level 2 hype train, we'll tell you what the next thing that we're planning is.
Make it level 3, and I'm in.
Oh, okay. Now you're just getting greedy. I'm in.
Yes.
Oh, we're evil, and I love it. Look, we already know what's going to happen when we tempt you guys, Virgil. That's how we got into this mess in the first place.
That's what ended up with me in the Scrubs tournament somehow.
Did it?
It did.
Okay. Well, all I know is that all I know is that in the Challenge Cup finals, we said, "Hey, you drop all these subs, we'll do a race," and then 15 minutes later, there were 65 subs or something.
That is exactly what happened, and
Yeah.
well, still one of I think what came of that is still one of my prouder achievements.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So for those who might have missed it earlier, what happened during that charity race was that your generosity blew us all out of the water, and we ended up collecting something like, what was it, $4,000 for the Trevor project?
Yes, I believe that is correct. And all it took was us hating our lives for about 6 hours. Well, I mean, setting up took more than 6 hours, but the race itself took 6 hours, or whatever it was, I don't remember. But yeah, so yeah, back to the Forest Temple.
Just to be clear, Chuckles, I wasn't contacted yet, but I'm going to assume that I'm not going to overqualify.
What?
You can overqualify in the Scrubs tournament, as in to be good, to be too good to actually make it into brackets.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't think that's the case for me. Call it a hunch.
Just stop last locationing things, then it'll be fine.
And also, I consider myself participating in qualifiers, considering as part of participating in the tournament. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I really would like to talk about this actual race, except it's Forest Temple, so there's really nothing to talk about.
Forest Temple is still interesting in terms of execution. There's so many neat little tricks that you can do to make it go by faster. Things like getting to the floor master with hover boots or with a well-timed with a well-timed recoil, well-aimed recoil.
Oh yeah, ACU pulled that off, the recoil. And in fact, that's why they're climbing back through here, because they had to do that. Oh? Are we getting the green Poe for ACU? Or did we just lose their... Okay, there we go, they're back.
Just a quick little stream interruption for ACU.
I didn't even hit refresh this time.
Good.
I mean, yeah.
Right, ACU is on the way to the falling ceiling room. Meanwhile, Hellknight is catching up, or at least following in his footsteps, with Joel already being beat, and Beth probably not far behind.
Alright.
No problem at all with those Stalfos. I wish I could fight them as easily as Hellknight does.
Hellknight just made that fight look trivial. Utterly
Spoilers.
trivial.
It's not!
Yeah, that was actually really impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, that looks like a boss key to me. Wow! Imagine knowing that it was a boss key in there.
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah. I must be really good at this game. I feel like I should, like, edit or delete that sub-goal command.
Probably.
Because that one already happened.
It's misleading. It already happened. And it seems like, yeah, Hype Train has run its course. Thank you so much for your support. But it turns out, if you didn't pay attention during the charity race, we're not gonna tell you what's planned next for more riveting Dastar versus Tobias content on the Silver Gauntlets just yet.
Riveting is definitely not the word I would use to describe it, but sure, you do you. There, getting that out of there. We can remove that travesty of a seed from... Damn it, Jax!
From our collective memory.
Oh, you're right. Oh god, we needed to have a statue push race, Tobias.
Pushing both the Armos in
Spirit.
Pushing both the Armos in Spirit and in Dodongo's Cavern to maximum extent, I see.
Oh my god.
Whoever manages... So whoever grabs that Scotula and the magic the map chest in Spirit Temple first via Armos pushes wins.
God, what a terrible race I'm in.
Look, I am absolutely up for stupidity. I have participated in a Rush Ice % tournament this weekend.
All right. We'll talk later. That's gonna be, maybe we'll make that like an actual like one weekend event, like the One Piece Triforce Hunt type deal. That would actually be pretty fun. Just have a big open tournament kind of thing. Just rush statue pushing.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point.
The riveting content tournament. I'm in.
God. Can we not? can we just not?
I mean, they put the two of us on commentary together. What do you think was going to happen?
Technically, you did this. This is your fault. You came into my DMs last night asking me to do this.
Fair. You could have said no.
Why would I do that?
That's true.
How did... Oh yeah, I guess Jax did enable it with the riveting content joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, push the statue tournament. Chuckles basically summarized the idea.
But wait, King of Pushing Objects, that's Chuckles himself. That's kind of... Chuckles can't participate then. Oh, Blue Sean coming in with a raid. Hello, Sean. Welcome in.
Hello, Blue Sean and friends. Welcome to League Season 3. So, what did you miss? We found a hint that tells us 50 skulls has a strength upgrade. Which only Hellknight has seen, I think, so far.
Really?
That was an SFM and Hyrule Castle. No, they have both definitely seen it. Though ACU, at the point that he has seen it, had already had 2 strength upgrades, so seems to not be paying much attention to it. Meanwhile, Hellknight is definitely worried, and is collecting at least skulls that are along the way for himself.
And in the meantime, we have just been sort of joking about memes and riveting content and terrible ideas to race.
Yeah, terrible ideas.
It's Double Forest. I mean, you chose a really riveting part of the race to join here.
That being said, what else happened in the seed? ACU has gone for an early dip into the Dongo's Cavern, found 2 strength upgrades along the way. Hellknight found those a lot later. Meanwhile, Hellknight, though, has found a bomb bag in Kokiri's sword chest, which ACU did not do. Did not grab because he went through Kokiri Forest as an adult. ACU was later bailed out by finding a hammerlock bomb bag in GTG.
And Phantom Ganon is dead! By the way,
Probably
this is...
both. Yep.
Sorry. This is Hellknight and ACU's, I believe, their second matchup. I believe they've already played once in their division. And I believe ACU took that match. So, technically, I believe each player in the division plays each other twice.
Yep.
And Hellknight wants to break even here. Because they already they already lost 1 match to ACU. But I think that's the only match that's happened for these 2 so far. So, if there's going to be more content, we'll try to put it on. But we'll see.
Yeah. So in terms of restreams scheduled for League, players are basically, because as Dastar said, it's just everyone in a given division plays every other person in that division twice. They are basically free to schedule their matches as they wish. There is a schedule of matches where runners have agreed that they could be potentially restreamed. And I think that can be found in the OOTR Discord in the League announcements channel.
BaseBot has also linked that above, but it's only the ones that people have agreed to be restreamed on so far.
So those are submitted matches. That being said, these as you see, not all of these have actual restreams assigned to them.
Hold on, I want to actually touch this. I don't think ACU knows Well was foolish, and he just got Funny Cloud Song.
Ooh.
And Hellknight's right behind him, but he knows it's foolish.
The only hint for Well Foolish we have seen is in DMC Wall, and that is definitely a place that ACreativeUsername has not looked at, because ACU, funnily enough, knows that Crater is foolish.
Huh. That's an interesting combo.
Right?
Wow, Chuckles. Wow. Just wow.
I think that's Hellknight's last missing path hint. He's now on the way to the Temple of Time, so seems like he's planning another child segment?
Hey,
Yep.
hey, Chuckles. Who's chuckling now?
Wow, mod abuse.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't even do the one that was making fun of me. That's the best part. I didn't even time him out. I just deleted the comment. Because I'm nice. Yeah, I know, Chuckles, that's the fun part. Anyway, there's another bomb bag for ACU. We already knew that was there. We already know all 3 bomb bags.
So, out of reach for us so far, missing to actually complete this seed, is at least a magic to complete and Din's Fire and Hover Boots to complete Shadow Temple. A hammer to complete Fire Temple. And now there is a magic. That is definitely Storm's locked. 40 is a heart container, so 40 is dead. Hellknight showing us the back of Lake hints here. Meanwhile, ACU following up on that Song of Storms. And about to learn that he could have had a bomb bag a lot earlier. And reach bomb percent.
So I guess if I'm deleting the love comments so I can stay cool with my fan on, does that make it OnlyFans?
I saw that joke, Dastar, and I was desperately hoping you were not making it in voice as well. Jesus.
Oh no, I'm absolutely good. Oh, and there's the bomb bag for ACU. We've got bomb percent for ACU. And immediately falls on his face. Jax, god dang it. That's right, if anyone still needs a bingo card, ! Bingo, we'll get them their bingo cards. God. We have made mistakes.
A lot of mistakes. KF Storms had our first magic. Speaking of things that were conspicuously absent until now.
I mean, okay.
Speaking of, and that is another full clearable dungeon for Hellknight. Mirror Shield on Child Fishing.
No, that's, Kayla, that one is bangers. So, Mirror Shield for Child Fishing. Strengths in the Dongos. Yeah. Yeah. Hookshot on Hot Rodder. This is just, well, with the exception of the one on King Dodongo, this is just overworld the dungeon pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Oh, I thought that was something.
No, that was just a blue rupee underwater.
I mean, yeah,
Hellknight hit it,
but there's a very rare occasion that it wasn't going to be the hook. Who cares where Serenade is, but it's the crater. Crater is foolish, therefore Serenade is in crater.
Kokiri Forest, Path to Volvagia. That one
that was the boss.
We already knew, now we have the copy.
Yeah, we finally have a deck. Right, because we have Kokiri Sword.
Mm-hmm. ACU picked that up in GTG.
That's right, because it was Song of Time locked, which was the path.
Correct.
I mean, just do Valley Lake, Kalo. Problem solved. Yes, we did. Someone called it out earlier. I don't even remember who. I think it was you, Virgil, but I could be wrong. Imagine... No, actually, I don't want to imagine that. Never mind.
Oh, nice flame storage by Hellknight here.
It's true. It was. Will he make it? He does!
Yes, of course.
Man, it's only been an hour and a half of this race, and my headphones are already starting to be a little weird on the ears.
Well, it's warm. It's very warm.
Yeah, that's why I have a fan on. Chuckles. I'm just... Nut. Oh, nice. No, but what I will do is I will be right back. So, be right back.
Alright. Meanwhile, SCU is making his way steadily through Deku Tree, finding nothing much at the moment. Hellknight is about to get some more info for us. Zora's Fountain is foolish. Hellknight continuing to play into those that 50 skull hint. Does not want to get at least or does not want to stay too far away from completing that if it turns out that 50 skulls are needed. Hellknight thinking about getting beans, then realizing, no wait, I don't need any. Crater's foolish, and I can get to the other 2 bean spots with Oakshot. Or rather, the only other bean spot that was still something. Some frogs are looking at you from underwater, and Frogs 1 is... Hellknight likewise has gotten Song of Storms. Unfortunately did skip the Song of Storms grotto in Kokiri Forest for now. Which is... when's he going to go back for that? That is actually a pretty interesting question. I'm not sure how to route that in at this point. Yeah, so that was the Giant's Wallet from Frogs 1. And Big Stabby from Goma. And Darunia's Joy leads to a blue rupee. And that is just a copy of our 30 skull hint. Cool. A creative username, not forgetting about target in the woods here for another heart container. Oh well, we shall take it.
So, I just had a smart moment, TM, but before I go into that, what did I miss?
You missed just a few hints. Hellknight found a Giant's Wallet on Frogs 1. Also found that Darunia's Joy is nothing, which is great. Hellknight, unfortunately, what you did miss is Hellknight grabbed the Song of Storms, and he did not route in Kokiri Forest Storm's Grotto.
Yeah, and what was that? What was the hammer?
Treasure Chest Game is the Megaton Hammer is our last sometimes hint.
Okay, well that just blew away the thing I was about to say, because we had Kokiri Forest, Path to Volvagia, but we found magic there, as well as those bombs,
yep,
remember?
For Treasure Chest Game. That is magic leading to,
Yeah, and that hint, that was the big brain I thought of while in the bathroom, and I come back and we just got a hint telling us this. Thanks, game.
Right. That neatly resolves that path.
I'm just sad because I was gonna be smart, and then the game's like, yeah, here's the information. Ooh, we get a scarecrow.
Yep, no free scarecrow in league settings.
Alright, ACU knows the well is foolish now. Kakiri Sword is in GTG, in the lava room on the right side. You do the Song of Time.
Yeah, Song of Time locked in GTG, Maze right. Hellknight continuing with overworld checks at this point.
Who was it that found the mirror shield in Chobfish? Wasn't that Hellknight?
Hellknight. That was Hellknight.
Okay.
Hint, hint, tracker.
Oh, I wasn't going to say it out loud.
Well, I was.
Alright. 1 hour, 30-minute Lost Woods checks. Let's frickin' go.
Well, you do what you gotta do. The routing works out this way.
Indubitably. So, and they start with the lens, and they now know where there's a, well, at least ACU knows where there's a magic, but doesn't have that hint. Hellknight knows where to find the item, but there's no magic. Oh my god. This is awful. I love it.
Well,
I was going to say we're here for a good time, not a long time, but it seems like we might be here for a long time too, so,
the question is, with that information, do you attempt a few 1 in 32s?
No, never. Absolutely not. How dare you even suggest that?
I mean, I would.
And I mean, there's totally a half an hour in this, right? I mean, that's all there's left. After 2 hours, you can just stop playing, right? That's how this works? No? Nobody? Okay. Look, you try to make a Triforce Blitz joke and, well, whatever.
Yep.
But it's okay, I have popcorn. Choose!
Not bad.
Not yet, Tim. There probably will be eventually, but this is literally our first League restream for the season. Well, we're in Season 3 now.
Yeah, but I can fix that. One sec.
Hellknight just telling Toucan Sam to F off. And almost got back his arrow that he used on Toucan Sam. In fact, he did get that arrow back. Oh, ACU probably going to get his mirror shield very soon.
Ooh, nice.
Child Lake. One of them has a gold scale. I don't remember who, but one of them does. Obviously, it's going to be ACU if he's doing it as a child, but I think Hellknight just did it as an adult, didn't he?
I'm sorry, I was distracted for a moment. Did what as an adult?
Didn't Hellknight just do Lab Dive?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so they both have gold scale then. Unless Hellknight did it without.
Huh, almost got it. Heat Season 3 of the League, and there we go. There's your League settings. We're doing it live.
Okay, yeah, he did.
Also, hi, big chest.
Nice!
Nice! We'll take it.
Yeah, so Hellknight did that with Irons and Hook because he hasn't been to GTG yet to get Kakiri Sword or the other scale. So Hellknight does not have gold scale, which is what I was confirming. So we still need hovers. Hard required, we still need hovers, and that's it. And dints for no mode. right?
Hover, stins...
We know where everything else is.
Yeah, I would agree. That seems to be the case.
Because we don't need long shot. Yeah. We're not sure we need strength 3. But Hellknight's nice halfway there.
Living on a prayer?
Okay, Bon Jovi.
Whoa!
No.
No?
We're not doing this DMCA shit.
Fair.
That was literally rule 1 when Hell Knight gave us the keys. Don't get me DMCA'd. Also, apparently my cousin works with DMCA stuff, so I don't want to have to ask them rules on it.
That being said, Hell Knight is in Spirit Temple finishing that climb. I think ACU might just do...
Bombchu bowling.
Yeah, Bombchu bowling and probably night market checks, because Lens of Truth is a starting item in League. So, is about to be rewarded without even knowing for that, with that hammer. And we'll be able to finish another dungeon that way.
ACU is a fan of the pets because, oh, well, was trying not to blow up the dog, but then just walks the dog right into the explosion. Anyway, get your guesses in. Guesses. Go, go, go.
Oh yeah, left, 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 right, right, as always.
I'll allow it. Okay, right.
You're a bit early there. Starts with right. Okay.
So
everyone except Arcane Onion. Sorry, I think everyone up to Arcane Onion was, I think, still in.
Hi. I'm dead. Oh, you mean like? Yeah, I know. It's fine. 2 rights.
3 rights.
That's 3. Yeah, that's 3. Math is hard. Are we gonna see the legendary 5 rights? We might. That's 4.
We might.
Ventnor.
Is Team Right? Is Team Right? I mean, if Ventnor is right, we're not seeing Team Right winning, but otherwise,
it's Ventnor.
Got it.
I mean, it was either Ventnor or Jax at that point.
Indeed, we would have had a winner either way. Congrats.
GG. Wow, that was freaking great.
Good guessing.
Yeah, that was a weird color for that hammer, not gonna lie. Where was that ring again? Oh yeah, 10 skulls, which they have, they just haven't turned in yet. Good job, ACU.
Well, you're kind of not thinking about that too hard. Okay, vanilla boss key today.
I like
so ACU
the swing trails on a Hell Knight sword.
Yeah, good color on that. That's true. So ACU obviously headed into Fire Temple, obviously hoping not to have to do too much. But before that, enters into Spirit Temple. It's a dungeon he can full clear. It's a medallion dungeon. You just do it. It's not even. And the ordering makes sense in this case, because the more you complete before Fire Temple, before ever setting foot in Fire Temple, the more sure you can be about your decision to either go deep fire or to creatively shorten your fire experience.
I just like how they're playing really well in Shallow Shadow right now. Because the entire Shadow Dungeon is Deep Shadow.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even in Jabu, you get to skip a few rooms if you can go mode it. But in Shadow Temple, no. 9 times out of 10, that last key is in the last 3 checks.
Kalo has a very good point. Also, where is Rudo's letter? We haven't found that yet, have we?
We have not. Kinda don't want to find it, actually.
Oh, right, we don't need it. Never mind.
Yep. So, KLO saying in chat, I mean, the correct answer is never go deep fire, but that's more for your own mental well-being. I mean, yes and no. You're not gonna be happy if you skip an item in deep fire just because you didn't want to go there. And the longer you can postpone the decision to go deep fire or not, the better, because the more knowledge you have about your seed.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're not going to be happy regardless, because if your item's in deep fire, regardless of whether or not you decide to go get it or not, you're just not going to be happy.
Yeah. You might as well be as confident as possible, so postpone that decision as long as possible. Good Twin Rover fight by Hellknight here, I think. They are being cooperative. And that should be 4. Do you go bonus round? No.
Alright, base bot, if you could turn on the light arrows for ACU, please. There they are. Lollipops! I'll tell you, Twin Rova, I have seen enough of Twin Rova in the past 24 hours. Yeah, I know. There's wind noises.
Did you have a Twin Rover experience during your Discord Wars race?
It wasn't just me, my partner too. But yes, we both had a Twin Rova experience. I got a 1 cycle though. It just took forever to actually get to the cycle.
Yo, nice.
Oh, ACU just grabs the ledge at the last second. Alright, Hellknight just made yet another annoying fight trivial.
Yeah, looked pretty easy on Hellknight's side, didn't it? It's not.
I mean, it's not that it's hard, it's just annoying because hitboxes don't exist.
Yeah, hitboxes are a mere suggestion. Right, so I think at this point I would call out ACU having an advantage here. First of all, having found that Kokiri sword, obviously, and being a whole medallion ahead, even though it's a quick dungeon, Deku Tree. And second of all, just having the hammer already and knowing that you have another dungeon to potentially full clear. Hellknight needs to find that Kokiri sword and fast to catch up, and needs to also not forget to route in Kokiri for a Storm Grotto on the way to Deku Tree.
Yeah, no, for sure. ACU definitely has the advantage. That will go away as soon as Hellknight does find his magic. I mean, it'll start, lessening, is what I meant to say. The problem is, first of all, it's like you said, just not needing that hint and just happening upon that hammer just is going to do a lot for ACU, giving him that big advantage.
Yep.
And I don't think Hellknight is aware of his spawn point.
I think Hellknight might have forgotten, because he definitely started as an adult here.
Oh.
Now he noticed.
Wait, he didn't complete the reversing. No, my bingo square! No, we don't, Baseball. He didn't complete reverse waste landing.
Does the bingo squares player attempts reverse wasteland or completes reverse wasteland?
Racer reverses through haunted wasteland. That's all it says. So I'll let you make the call since I have the square.
Yeah, no, sorry. It did. Ooh, big chest atop Gerudo Fortress as well.
Yeah, we saw that already.
Did
Or
we?
we saw that it existed.
I don't think...
Yeah, I definitely saw it on ACU's side. I don't know if he got it, but I definitely saw it.
I don't seem to recall ACU getting it, actually, so we'll see.
Yeah. Baseball, I'm right there with you. I think that was my only chance at a bingo. So the good news is, like you said, this will put Hellknight back on track for Deku. Which will put him back on track for Kokiri Forest Storm's Grotto. Which will put him back on track for Magic and the Hammer and Fire Temple, which is great. They both still need Dins, and until that Dins is found, it still can go either way. Very easy.
They also both still need hover boots.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, those are the two items that we still need. Dins and hover boots both required to complete Shadow Temple.
It's fine.
And
we
at
know
this
Dins
point...
is in the toilet. It's fine.
At this point, though, they could be anywhere, because all 5 of our path hints are fulfilled. We have all of our sometimes hints. It's not looking good. I mean, I hate calling something a casino, because, you know, it's a bit overused.
Nah, here's what we're gonna have. Dins is gonna be
I'm listening.
Dins is gonna be in Sunsong Grave.
Oh! That is
terrible.
important!
Put it back! Put it back! Put it back!
I mean, we don't want it, but it's kind of important, though.
You know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. Yep, there it is.
I mean, yes.
I swear, if it's ice after all this. Because we don't want it. We don't want to go out there.
It's not something we need. It's not something... Okay, fairy slingshot.
That's sling %.
I don't think, did ACU have a bow when he entered GG here? I don't think so.
Don't remember. No. Because that was an adult spirit.
Ooh.
Oh no, he was the first one in there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't have a bow. So, this could get exciting really quickly.
That sounds like a personal problem, Virgil. Look, that just means you're good at school, right? You get good grades. If you don't have a D, that means you have a C, B, or A. That's a better grade.
Or an F.
Nope, doesn't exist.
Okay, so there are a few bowlock checks that ACU can get, that Hellknight can get that ACU did not, obviously. So we're gonna see what that is all about. Could be interesting. I think we peaked one of them to be a small chest. If I recall correctly, the near Scarecrow chest is in fact small. But we have no idea about Bow Statue chest. Eye Statue chest.
Alright. I don't know what's going on, but I think outside someone's like using like some kind of very loud device, and there's just this very loud humming right outside my window. And it's been
Leaf blower?
Constantly. I mean, I guess, but there's not really any trees to have any leaves here. Alright. Show me item in the toilet, Hellknight.
Well, let's count the keys. Lady Draco is telling Dastar to open the window and tell him to stop. That's gonna go over well. Shut up! I'm streaming to the internet right now!
Hey, shut up! I'm streaming right now! See? Like that? Is that what you wanted me to do?
Exactly.
Oh, he's giving me a finger now?
Just one?
I think we all know which one. The international sign of displeasure, of course. Oh man, now I need to get a megaphone.
Creative username picking up his serenade. Still useful for mobility, I guess. Oh, also a small key.
I mean, it's not like he could avoid serenade. He's just going to fire.
Or just... Oh, interesting. Hellknight picking... Yeah, that's true. Okay, big chest, peeking through the maze here. Seeing at least 2 big chests that need picking up.
And this was where the bomb bag was, right?
This is where our third bomb bag is, yep.
Okay. So we know this ain't it.
Yes, indeed.
Wait, when did Big Stabby happen?
On Goma.
Oh, cool. Also, okay, so ACU going back to a little bit of skull collecting, now at 16. Still a good 10 under Hellknight here.
Yeah, though Hellknight hasn't really been keeping up the skull collecting for a while.
It's true.
I think you just pick a number at some point and decide, do you,
Yeah, you're
how many skulls you want to collect kind of as a safety margin against having to collect all 50 once you realize it's light trial.
Yeah, how many are you rushing when it comes time? That's the question.
Because remember, that could absolutely be a thing. It's 5 medallion bridge and we have the means to get 5 medallions.
Which means, oh god, it's not Dins in the toilet. It's Dins in light trial.
Ew!
Yeah! Yeah, that's what it is.
Ew.
Or, sorry,
Don't
light
put
trial
that out in the world.
or OGC Fairy, excuse me.
Alright, I think Hellknight found 1 key right side maze that he didn't bother picking up because center chest is small.
Looks like Virgil has found 7 keys, which would make a item in the toilet, wouldn't it?
No, we have 9 keys in total available in GTG. I think toilet is a key. Sorry to say it, Dastar.
Oh, it's fine. I just said it wasn't toilet. It was in light trial. Yep, it's fine.
Yeah, toilet has to be a key.
I'm fine with it.
Yo-ho! Gudrun with the fixed internet. Hell yeah.
Wait, is that the Gudrun finally with working internet?
The Gudrun.
Wow. Welcome back to the land of the...
21st century.
Yeah, that's it. We did not free the Gorons, I don't think.
No.
Sucks for anyone with that bingo square.
ACU is continuing to pick up skulls now. And Hellknight is picking Hammer Rocks, which is a small chest. Cool. Not worrying about that one.
And he's about to find, what was it, the slingshot in the waterfall?
Yep. But first, side hop, backflip, backflip, and yeah, forgot the shield turn there. There we go.
Yeah, needs to go the other way there, boss.
Whoops.
And also needs to hit the thing. Kapow!
There you go.
Oh, right, the slingshot was in the waterfall.
Exactly.
Yo, bottle and fire.
Mm-hmm.
Finally at our second bottle. I guess third if you count Rudos.
Mm-hmm. So that is fire, lava, bombable.
Oh, you could hear that one? I took a screenshot of what you just posted in the volunteer channel. You'll like it when you see it.
Insert eyes emoji here.
Just go check. It's fine. I mean, I don't remember things if I did know at some point, so it's fine. It's all those unsavory sites I visit, Kalo, you know.
Meanwhile, Hellknight headed into Deku Tree with a newly acquired Kokiri sword.
Oh, I mean, probably will be eventually.
ACU, you can't peek that without opening the room at least. Small chest.
Okay, I just choked on my popcorn. Well done there, Draco.
Cool. More small keys in Fire Temple. We're going deep this seed. Oh, right. We never checked Wolfo's Grotto, I think. Did we?
Yeah. I've definitely seen at least one of them check Wolfo's Grotto.
Okay.
I don't remember who, but I've definitely seen someone do it. Go, bugs, go!
Go, be free. Actually, never mind.
Only one of you. Or, actually, only two of you. I'll tell you, I was really disoriented. I did a seed where my spawn point was...
No, Hellknight, no!
My spawn point was literally in the middle of the Lost Woods, and I just wasn't sure where the hell I was. Turns out it was just the normal entrance.
Right, okay. Oh, wow.
He got there. He
that
got
could
there.
have been bad.
He got there. Nobody panic. We're fine. Everything is fine. There's no need to panic. He got there.
Everything is fine, and I remain calm. There's a boss key in the shortcut, okay. Now what do you do?
Everything is fine. My name is Lars Gerhardt. I was never here. Also, you haven't seen me. Alright, now he's got the magic, and now he can go get his hammer. But he's not going to.
No.
Wait, Hell Knight, where you? Oh,
Collecting skulls.
I got nervous there, like, you already did that, dude.
No, it's fine. He's collecting skulls. Again, playing into that, 50 skulls is a strength upgrade hint. I would too. I would get nervous because he now knows he has 5 medallions in logic. So those those hover boots or that Din's fire could very much be chilling in Night Trial. Good grief, says Mido.
I mean, he's the one who had shit in his house that was not helpful.
Do you call bomb chews not helpful?
Fair enough, I forgot about the chews.
Well, I guess if there's a bomb bag literally right next door in the Kokiri sword chest, then yes,
yeah,
actually.
It's not Tobias C Square, it's me. It's me. I have a fan next to my face because it is hot as hell. It is fine. When Hell Knight went to GTG, Draco, that's when he got it. He did Song of Time and hopped on the platform. It's not going to be AD, Virgil, because... Oh, actually, it could be with Sunsong Grave. Wait, actually, could it be? Like, are we even missing anything else? Or are we in no mode? Hovers. Hovers in Sunsong Grave. Oh, boy.
Also, need I remind you, hovers and Dins.
No, you can't. I'm not just pulling out a sling and just going pew pew pew. Alright, that's 5 medallions for ACU, getting awfully close, but now he's just kind of in casino for that, for those hovers and dins. It is officially now casino time.
Well, I think you definitely... ACU has something on his mind that I haven't thought about yet. He wants those ints. So what's left in the seed? We have Deep Fire, we have Ice, we have Ganon's Castle.
Actually, ACU should go to Ganon's Castle since it's now open with 5.
I mean, yes.
But you're right, ACU is about to get very unhappy at one of these hints.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hell Knight going with bomb strats on these skulls and missing. You hate to see it. Hell Knight, just kill it normally at this point. Alright.
Here we go! Bigeron crafts a slingshot.
Wow!
Who knew?
Me.
That's true.
You know who else knew?
Chat.
And you. We never went to, Pierre Hammer Chest and Fire, right?
No, we didn't.
Okay, because
It's
another of my, bingo squares.
Yeah, so ACU did completely skip anything beyond the shortcut in fire.
You know, I don't think we've ever seen any songs are hard here. I'm not gonna get a single bingo, and it's sad.
Oh well, sometimes it do be like that.
Time to roll a new card.
2 hours into the seed, great idea. Speaking of, happy 2 hours, everyone!
Oh. Yes, happy 2 hours indeed.
Welcome to a seed that has a Hellknight?
What do we do? Is heat? What?
Furor's Wind?
I am confused.
Yes. Oh!
What?
It's nighttime right now. He wants to get treasure chest game before beating Goma turns it back to day. Smart.
Okay!
Speaking of, get your guesses in chat.
Let's see if we can make it a double. We already got one win. Gonna do the opposite of the last one.
Okay, that was actually a galaxy brain play. I would have completely run into the fact that, hey, it's daytime now because you just beat Deku Tree and
I'm out.
I'm out immediately. And that is everything up to Veva is in.
Yep. Well, got in time. That's right, left.
Mm-hmm.
Draco's alive, Mito's alive, Benji's alive, Kirby's alive.
Right, left, right.
Mita and Draco still in. And Kalo's still in.
Right, left, right. That's Draco still in. And Lady Draco got it!
GG's, Draco. That's a double winner today. Wow.
Wow.
Let's friggin' go. It's hammer time!
Right. It is indeed hammer time. And now back to Deku Tree, I guess, to actually beat Goma.
Man, I am so jaded. I can't hear the start of that phrase and not think exactly how it's going to end differently. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Actually, no, but you know what? Let's leave it there.
No, it's not dirty. You were saying back to, and immediately my brain thinks the lab.
Oh God!
I am destroyed by that stupid meme.
Ironmon has rotted your brain, Dastar.
What brain? I never had one. Yeah, thanks, baseball. Yep. Baseball gets it. Yeah. Alright,
ACU about to pick up his Ruler's letter. Not gonna be too happy about it, I think. It's gonna be interesting to see how he decides to route this. I still say at least see what you can get from Ganon's castle. And Hellknight is still making time for that skull. $32 now.
Hey, we got a letter. That's looking like a very full item screen. Just saying.
Yeah? You think we might get tracker percent?
No, because no one's gonna ever pick up, wait, they already do have...
Sun Song.
Yeah, that's the one, Sun Song. I was thinking Serenade, but like, wait, they have Serenade.
So ACU is obviously doing cleanup right now, thinking about checks that he had to leave behind earlier, like the boat checks in GTG. That is good for Hellknight. It buys him a bit of time.
Yeah, this is Hellknight's chance to make up that deficit, because he's now got 4 medallions, he's just 1 behind, and it's Fire Temple, where he only has to go to the shortcut. However, saving 30 minutes here isn't going to do much for him at this point.
Yep. The thing is, it's now a race between ACU deciding to, I presume, head into Ganon's Castle or Ice Cavern, and Hellknight deciding to,
catch up
I guess,
and do the
poke
same.
around.
Basically, just until he catches up and does the same things. It's how long does ACU put off the dense locations that can still have it.
Thing is, Ganon's Castle isn't all that dense right now. It's Forest Trial, Water Trial, Shadow Trial
Spirit?
1 and 2.
Spirit Trial.
That's 5 checks. Oh yeah, Spirit Trial 1 and 2, 7 checks. Okay, I take that back. That's plenty.
Didn't we already see Lex? Because we're not seeing the check here. Or unless we already saw it and I just missed it.
We're about to see it in once Hellknight spawns here in Water Temple. There you go, that's Lax. I think it was Bomb Shoes, yeah.
Fire arrows, Kalo.
Fire arrows give you access to Shadow Trial 2, indeed.
Oh,
no
man.
need for hovers or anything else.
Could that be... What if Din's is in Shadow 2? Those fires
Totally
would be hard
possible.
required. Oh, that's awful. Those fires were hinted, Kalo. Everyone knows where they are. Where was that hint for fire arrows?
That was in Temple of Time and in Kokiri Forest. So
Yeah, there's
definitely
no way.
not.
Yeah.
Oh, are we getting Frog Warp? I think we're getting Frog Warp.
So Hellknight really did go back to the lab again.
Indeed. Hellknight has decided it is time for Ice Cavern.
2 hours, 10-minute ice jaunt. Let's go. Oh, hey, King Zora, how you doing? Didn't know you were here.
Back to prescription we go.
Gutrin put away the I was about to say spoiler log, but that's more like the seeing the future log here.
Hellknight with the Alagatua setup here, and, well, not quite getting it.
Meanwhile, AC
It is
going
so
to
hard,
Ganon's
you're basically
castle.
standing on 3 pixels.
We've got the Ganon's Castle walk. Here.
New checks on
They
both sides, heck
go.
yeah.
Oh man, that means we have to pay attention again. Screw that. Alright, easy. Alright, what are we gonna see? Ooh, there's gonna be something at the bottom of the lake, isn't there? Yeah.
That would be convenient, because we do have Iron Boots.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him that.
Frogs 2 still dead. But no, there's not gonna be something on the bottom of the lake, because remember what's foolish?
Ah, good call. I did forget that. Alright.
We are just here for rushing
Cavern.
ice.
Also, the synchronized zoning in of both locations was pretty great.
Indeed. So I think that is Hellknight about to let go of those buggies.
And just eat a bunch of spikes to the feet.
Those are so annoying.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh,
Well, if you have
Lynxicle.
a Get Frozen on your bingo card, there you go.
A creative username is prioritizing validation chest here. Probably wants to drop a Farori's Wind.
Look, sometimes you just need to be validated. Just check that off your list there, Virgil. I was frozen. Ding! Although it was really fun when I, in my seed last night, I was able to go to Ganon's castle, get a free blue fire, and just skip most of Ice Cavern and go straight to the end here.
Oh, yay.
That was really nice. Alright, that's a 4 is down on save quit from ACU. Here we go again. Alright, which one are they going to first? I'm gonna say forest. There we go.
You go counterclockwise with if you don't have light trial available.
You make it sound like I know where the trials are.
Yeah, I don't know that off the top of my head either, but I know clockwise if you have light trial, counter if you have.
Alright, it's not forest. We're
Yep.
going to water. I do know that.
Water trial always seems to have something.
Yep. It had our logical first bomb bag last night.
Ew.
I mean,
Doesn't
it was
have
also
anything this seat though.
it was available from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that does help. All right, it's not water. Where are we going next? Is that
Shadow.
Shadow.
So that is a check that ACU cannot get that Hellknight can. Shadow Trial 1 is nothing. ACU has no fire arrows to speak of.
All right,
So that is something Hellknight or ACU is leaving behind for now.
and we're going to Spirit Trial. Do we get riveting content? No, we have a hook shot.
No. 2 more checks for Hellknight here. That is the freestanding heart piece is a bloop. Grabbing a skull on the way. 34 tokens for him now. And the compass chest is small, so grab blue fire, get the hell out of here.
And this is going to give either Bolero or Horse, and neither of them really does anything for us.
Yeah, Bolero would be the most annoying case. Horse at least puts one more thing into logic, and that would be a big pose.
Not HPA.
Oh, 3 more things.
So yes, you do want to see Epona because it does put 3 things into logic.
If you're Hellknight, do you play into that then? Like, do you do those checks immediately, or do you
No.
go for Ganon's castle, for example, first?
No. He's got to go do fire. He's got a dungeon to do.
Oh yeah, he's got a dungeon to do. That's the point.
Meanwhile,
ACU is also back in fire.
the deepest of fires.
Hmm,
Well, not yet, but is on his way there.
we're getting there.
Heckin' bats.
Delete ice keys. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Not necessarily true, Virgil. Shadow 2 could have something. Because ACU can't check Shadow 2. But yes, more than likely it's not Shadow 2, and therefore it's not String 3 locked.
Small key on Pierre.
Toffel, we know that 50 is Strength 3. Everything else is dead.
That's the situation.
That's where we're at. 10 was the boomerang, which ACU has not turned in yet. But they hopefully don't need it. Jax, I really want Oops All DC to be a thing. That was such a dumb idea. I want it.
But only if you go fractal mode on King Dodongo. Come on!
Nope.
Let it be Epona.
It's
no!
You just said
Oh,
let it
yes,
be
it
Epona.
is.
What the... Tobias, are you okay, dude?
I don't know what my brain did there. Never mind. Moving on.
Alright, so where is Hellknight going now?
Compass chest is a junk item. one key that we keep in our mind that Pierre has. So highest Goron is can tell us on if we need to do hammer chest or if we
Yes, Bolero
can
is
just
confirmed on
chillax in here.
Burning Cack.
And we are done.
It is not fire.
Deepest fire has nothing.
Still looking for those hovers and those dins. We're missing.
As we have been for about an hour.
Yeah, really. You know what I want to see? I want to see ice arrows in the next check. ACU thinking? ACU must be thinking.
Or might just have to take a quick jaunt over to the bathroom. That happens. It's 3 to 4 hour seat. Sometimes.
Is that not how
nature
where you do your thinking? Yeah. Hopefully we can get a base bot to give us the path here, Toffel. Our commands are not working with the new League stuff yet. But we do have base bot. Yeah, you're probably right that just needed to step away for a second. I guess that was a bit of a curveball there, Inko. No? Okay, well, I tried. Yes, Hellknight fixed base bot. There you go. I don't know, Inko. It sounds like you're crying foul here.
I'm so sorry, Jackstronomy. I don't know what to do here.
I'm not. Look, if not all of my jokes are not always home runs, but I'll at least try, okay?
I think you struck out before first base there.
Yeah, it's the story of my life. I mean, what? Virtual. Let's go to Water Temple. Yes.
I mean, look, Water Temple has been available for ages now, and nobody's telling us that it's foolish.
It's because it's not foolish.
Yes.
It's got ice arrows.
Ew.
All right. Let's get a change up going here and actually talk about the seed.
Wait, talk about the game that we are supposedly commentating on. Okay.
Okay, you probably missed the joke, but it's fine. It's better that way. There you go, Jax. If you can't beat him, join him. See, change up is a pitch in baseball.
I'm European. The fuck do you want from me?
to get my baseball.
Be happy. I know about you know the fact that bases exist in baseball.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, you're not wrong, Kalo. Baseball is a slow-ass sport to watch.
ACU still collecting hints, looking at that foolish hint and probably scratching his head and wondering...
Yeah, what the hell am I missing at this point?
Yeah.
Alright. All these puns are coming way out of left field. We need to stop.
And we are climbing in Fire Temple on Hellknight's side. Meanwhile, ACU is checking overworld checks and checking places that could have something like a Dins or a hoverboots.
It's really unfortunate for Hell Knight because this is exactly what he needs to not do. And unfortunately, we know that, but there's no way he does.
Yeah, the thing is, ACU, for Hell Knight to gain time here, ACU needs to be stuff that Hell Knight has already done. And at the moment, ACU is just checking places, checking things that could still have something.
Alright, you know, I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt. I have to give it to Toffel on that. Just changed it from a baseball pun to who's on first from Abbott and Costello. That is the winner. GG's. I'm done on puns for today.
All right, puns are done. We have
a winner on puns. Yep. Oh, that's true. He does need the big key. I forgot this is required. Never mind. You're right.
Hell Knight needs to climb Fire Temple. The thing is, he needs to do ACU. He needs ACU to do other stuff while he's at it.
What's a big key, Jax? Is that something you need to actually play a game?
Not something we do in Triforce Blitz, I think.
Is it? You make it sound like I could pay attention to Triforce Blitz. Not like, you know, I've been running the restream for the past couple weeks.
What?
Alright, well, we're just waiting for one of them to do new stuff. So I guess we're just chilling.
We can do something that I forgot to do earlier. Over the excitement of that hammer hint, I think.
Oh no.
Thank you to everyone who's making our restream possible. Thank you to our runners who graciously agreed to be on restream. Hellknight and ACreativeUsername. Thank you, of course, also to our lovely trackers, Lady Draco and Baseball, who are helping us keep track of what the hell is going on in this mess of a seed. And thank you to Baseball, who also happens to be our race monitor today. And thank you to Dastar for running the show as our restreamer and as my wonderful co-commentator.
Dastar? Who's that schmuck? Anyway, sorry, I couldn't resist. I've got to make a self-deprecation joke at least once. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah. Anyway, this is fun. I'm glad we got to goof around again and not just, you know, in the chats, because Lord knows what happens when you put us together on comms.
Stupid stuff like riveting content % comes out.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what happens. Yeah.
You could actually make that a thing if you planned on 2 Triforce pieces on these 2 checks.
Nope.
Oh god.
Why did you say that? Because now it's going to happen. See, here's the thing. I come up with the dumb ideas, but I don't tell people how to make it happen. So therefore, if it happens, it's not my fault. But now you've actually just given them the way to do it, and now it's your fault.
Well, now it's in the world.
Yep, you did this to you. Thanks, Tobias. There you go. Man, I can't wait for our next bullcrap thing to happen. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be at it for 10 hours, aren't we?
It's gonna be fun for everyone that's not us.
It's gonna hopefully be great fun and great success for the charity we support.
I mean, I think we've all said that already today, Kalo. It's gonna happen. At this point, it's really just gonna end up being the 50 skulls, because they're running out of stuff to check. What else even is there besides the stone dungeons?
We are running out of things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jax, at this point it kind of has to be. That's the problem. We have literally everything else at this point. Except long shot, but we don't need that. So, we're gonna see a big chest soon in when we finally get to new content. And we're gonna get... And that chest is either gonna be long shot or ice arrows. I'm calling that we're going to finally find a big item, and it's not going to be what we want. Yep, vanilla Zora Tunic, that's legit.
Oh, ACU had it.
Well, I would say...
This is good for this is good for Hell Knight.
Oh, yes. That's how that's going to work. Obviously, they both just need to read our minds to know what we've already seen, so that they know to go do new stuff. That's what's got to happen. But there's Boss Key. Go, Hell Knight, go! Get your 5th medallion, get into Gen's castle, go do Shadow 2, and get one of our 2 progression items. That's right, I said it.
Yeah, well, we need 10 more skulls for that, just about.
Oh no, I'm saying Shadow 2.
Oh,
I'm saying
dear.
one of them is going to be Shadow 2, and the other one is going to be either Sunsong Grave or Strength 3. I'm saying it's going to be both. That's how much I'm calling it.
Jeez. You are not being kind to our runners then.
I mean, it's 2.5 hours. It's not the time for being nice is over. Nice spin, ACU. A little bit too far back there. Alright, here's Fire Snack number 2. Long Baronade, there you go. Man, I did Baronade last night, and I actually ran out of sticks, and I had to bail on the fight. It was awful. Yo, we got Landmo? Wait, what pot strats, Jax? Does that mean I could have... Oh, did the ACU just dodge that ice keys? With the hook shot? That was pretty awesome.
That wasn't bad.
All
right, Hell Knight with the fifth medallion.
We are caught up on loadouts, well, minus the boomerang, which ACU can get literally whenever. I like how when Villagia's skull falls onto the platform, it still moves for a little bit. I think it's nice.
Kind of a bit graphic, yeah.
Yeah, I was literally 1 stick shy, so that makes me actually a little bit sad that I could have just tried that. I could have done it with 6, but no, I messed up. I had 5.
Alright, Hell Knight deciding to go back in and climb to the top of Fire Temple.
Alright, so we can take a nap on the right side here.
Which is going to net him nothing but a few more skulls. Oh, or he's just dropping for Raw's Wind in here.
Honestly, that's the better play. Or no, he's using it to go back.
Also okay.
Or... Okay, yeah, he's going up. Honestly, if you're gonna go up, that takes less time, so I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm more okay with it. Let's put it that way. I'm still not okay with it. Because I'm just sitting here trying to make noises come out of my face so that it's not silent. Well,
I try to do the same thing, but I'm coming up empty. I think ACU needs to get frozen one more time. Wait, has ACU even been frozen once? Probably not.
I think ACU's actually dodged all the ice.
And it's goal number 39 for Hellknight.
50 is strength 3, Inko. And the longer it takes them to go to the new stuff, the more they're going to think, man, I'm really going to need the 50. I am going to need to do Light Trial. I am going to need to do that stuff. You know?
OGC Ferry. Back down, Hellknight goes for the second part of the fire climb. Compass chest and beyond. Luckily, we will see very quickly that we won't need...
Jax, you stop that. You stop that right now.
We have not seen chickens or a chicken scent.
God damn it, if it's chickens after all this.
I'm gonna scream.
Wait, we got songs are hard? We got songs are hard? That's a bingo square.
Songs are indeed hard.
Let's freaking go! There's actually a chance I can get one on my reroll. All I need is for Shadow to have the second magic.
I think that's gonna be happening.
Songs are hard specifically is playing the wrong song. And Tobias, as a commentator, not being able to identify the song he literally calls out seconds earlier, is not songs are hard, unfortunately.
No, that is just Tobias's brain short-circuiting because it's still, what, 26 degrees in here? Celsius?
That is Tobias trying to find Rudo's letter. Sorry. After I specifically said I wasn't going to make that joke. My bad. Why did
oh my
you get
god,
on the
we've never
horse?
seen Boulder of Destiny.
Why did you get on the horse to go 10 feet? Just walk it at that point. The Balda does not pay out. So don't call the horse, Inko.
What Inko says is also true. Don't call the horse if you don't want to get on.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't have called the horse to begin with. But, you know, if you mess up, then do it.
Hellknight is also making do with the horse checks.
Oh god, can you imagine if it's here in Tektite? Because we don't have field information. I couldn't see what that was.
What was that? I couldn't see that.
Well, it's not important.
Certainly not something that ACU was looking for. That is for sure.
Well, hopefully the eagle-eyed people in chat will tell us in a moment. Oh, we got a high five.
Yep, it is time for horsing around in Gerudo's Fortress.
Well, not that you guys could hear it, but the opening music was for monkeying around, so now it's time to horse around. It was DKC2 OST. But y'all couldn't hear it because
nice.
of the God, that Hellknight just made that look so easy. I'm kind of mad about it, honestly. God. I'm lucky if I can hit 1,000.
Yeah, I'm still working on that myself, but oh well. Man has about, what, 3 more years of experience playing a Wooder? Probably more.
Fair enough, but he's
I'm not
made
too
it
mad.
in 1,800. Goddamn.
And what do we get? We get a
one.
bundle of arrows. And we get...
A full heart.
Epona is dead.
I mean, if ACU bullseyes all these shots, you could get an 1890.
Actually, no, there's one more Epona check. There is, And Hellknight is on the way there. Big pose.
No, when it comes to casual...
We haven't seen yet.
When it comes to casual flexes, that makes HK 2-1. ACU got the winner heart piece, but Hellknight got, the horse race, the horseback archery, and, what was the other one? Shit, I don't even remember.
Hellknight's not thinking too hard about horseback archery right now. He is off to Ganon's castle. We're about to see one more check that ACU couldn't show us because he didn't have fire arrows. Because he never got them from the Skull Theater.
I'm telling you, Shadow 2.
Oh, if it's that, it's really bad for ACU, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, it's not going to do a damn thing for Hellknight if it's only one of the two. Because you can't really do much except 2 extra checks in Shadow without... Like, he needs both to really be able to do stuff. Toilet, ACU, please. Don't count your keys, just go to the toilet.
Apparently that's what's happening.
Let's fucking go!
You know it's just gonna be a key, right?
Yeah, I know. But that means we still get to see the toilet. I believed you guys when you counted them. I still like to see someone suffer with the toilet. Because, you know, that's just my personality. There's the bow extension.
There we go. You need to hit those 2 buttons on the exact same, on the exact 2 consecutive frames. It's not that easy.
I just know the name of it. I don't even know how to do it.
Basically, yeah. Put away the bow and then call the bow back on the very next frame. So A and then a C button. Not easy to do with a C stick. Let's put it this way.
Fair. Toilet, toilet.
Yeah, you get your toilet.
Any toilet emotes in the chat? Flush them.
Let's see about that Shadow Trial 2 check.
Wow, Jax.
Oh, drum roll please. It's small.
Alright, it ain't Shadow 2. Which means... Where the frick can it be? It's Water Temple. I mean, that's basically it at this point. Water Temple, Jabu.
Light Trial.
Oh, yeah. It's either Strength 3 or Water Temple or Jabu. That's it. That's all that's left. Right?
And ACU is on the way to one of those places.
No. Frogs 1.
No, we know what Frogs 1 is. It's a Giant's Wallet.
Oh, we do? Okay, I know we had Frogs 2 hinted. I just know that when we had I think the last time you and I played a seed, we had a late Frogs 1, late Storms with Frogs 1 having our progression.
Yes, I seem to recall that.
Yeah.
That was rude.
I was thinking about it.
ACU deciding against Waterstone for now.
Can you? I mean, really can't blame
No,
him.
I can't blame him. I really, really can't.
Oh, he's gonna go get his boomerang, and he's gonna go Jabu. calling it. Oh, archery. Did we see this?
Oh, no, we haven't. It's one of those overworld checks.
Hang on. Foolish is Zora's Fountain, DMC Crater, and the Well. That. Wow.
That's not foolish. It's Kakariko, so...
Correct. No.
ACU has Cack on the brain. We'll see how it goes.
Nope. But that's bottle
Fairy
percent.
bottle.
That's bottle percent. That is all 4 bottles. And here comes the Rang for ACU. Wow, the banana. The white banana, even.
Kind of pinkish.
Was it?
Purplish? I'm not sure.
Looked white to me. Okay, so you're... We know that Sacred Forest Meadow was for Nocturne for Bongo. We know that Goron City was for the hook for Twinrova. We know that Wanwan was for Song of Time, which leads to Kakiri Sword for Goma. We know that Kakiri Forest was for the magic for the hammer at Treasure Chest Game for Volvagia. And we know that Spirit for Phantom Ganon was the bow that we found somewhere in Spirit. So, all of our paths are done. It just sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. Base bot, kicking
So
butt.
Hellknight is now going hard on skulls.
I mean, honestly, yeah. At this point, do it.
There's 9 more left to pick up, and yeah, you definitely... At this point, with this many checks left in the game, you just go.
Sometimes you just go.
Hit the skull on the first try.
Dang it, now I want a string cheese.
And ACU picked off a big Poe, so let's see what that is.
I have exactly 2 string cheese left.
That's 2 more than I have.
It's fair. Hellknight, please get your token. Alright, survey says it ain't it.
Ain't big Poe. It's gonna be locked behind Light Trail, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, get it.
There you go.
Finally, there we go. This is much easier to get if you were allowed to, you know, weird shot, but
Mido skip.
not a thing. Both of our runners avoiding the stone dungeons as much as they physically can. Which, I don't blame them. It's water and Jabu.
At this point, they're both probably thinking, like, my opponent's probably going to try those, so I don't want to go there and waste my time. HPA was checked, Virgil.
Hellknight definitely playing into those 50 skulls now, and I can't blame him.
No, not at all. I mean, he runs the channel. He's got to give our trackers something to do. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong.
$31 for ACU.
Hellknight is at 42, I think.
Nice.
It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Also my rank in the race last night. 42 of 104.
Damn! Not bad.
I mean, it was still a 4-hour plus co-op seed, so take that as you will.
Yeah, but 42 out of 104 is not bad.
No. Yeah, Ventnor's got a point. There's a good number of skulls in that.
Now Hellknight's gotta hustle to get that other skull down by the plateau.
And we
before
still
it
haven't
becomes
found
big
that.
time.
We still haven't found that long shot.
No.
It doesn't look like he's trying for it.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, he's swag?
Just
the
just
swag.
Going with the swag strats. I see.
Who needs to rush when you can just let the flow carry you?
Go
Damn,
with the flow.
Hellknight. Hellknight has shown a lot of different tricks. And I am... Hold up. Never mind, that's not in logic. I mean, whenever there's a skull seed, you're not going to have Sun Song. That's just how it works. That's the rule.
That is the law.
And... depends on what you're drinking. Because there ain't no law. Alright. Where are you going now, Hellknight? You called the horse.
South Hyrule?
I guess.
Epona, please. Yeah, this horse is bugged. There we go. Probably also thinking about big pose though.
Hashtag opponent for
That
Glue
phrase
Factory.
probably had it. I mean, you can lead the horse to water, but
Apparently you can't stop it from drinking and, you know, get on him. Here's the big Pochek. 1. Miss.
missed.
Oh. And now we get the Bolda at 2 hours 50 minutes. For the second time.
We know it's nothing.
The problem is, that's going to give ACU every time Hellknight checks something that ACU's already done, that's going to give ACU the chance to get those extra skulls and come back. And every little bit might be 1 skull, so that might make a big difference here. If it adds up. Because it is going to come down to these skulls, it sounds like. With these fucking birds getting in ACU's way.
I mean, it seems that both runners are at least on track to picking up 50 skulls at this point. I think both of them have committed to that. Whether it's actually necessary, we don't know.
50
Those items
3.
could just be chilling in Water Temple or in Jabu.
Torterra, here's the recap. 50 skulls is strength 3. We know for a fact that we still need hovers and dins to complete the seed, and we're still missing both. And all that's basically left is Sunsong Grave, the Stone Dungeons, because Suns is on OOT, and 50 skulls, and the strength 3 locked stuff. That's all we're missing. We've basically hundoed everything else.
Well, we are never going to touch bottom of the well because that's foolish.
Sorry, hundoed all the things that are not hinted foolish, I should say. But we're still also missing a decent number of big chest items. Like, we're still missing Magic 2, we're still missing Double Defense, we're still missing Long Shot, we're still missing Ice Arrows. So it's also very possible that we find a big chest. It's not going to be what we want. Yo? Hellknight going out here this time. Okay. Oh, there's skulls here, right?
Yeah, for skull.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I forgot that.
So he's at 46 with that skull.
Just 4 more.
Once in Kakariko, that's the traditional last one you get. Leaves him 3. Jabu? Doesn't want to touch Jabu, I guess.
I mean, again, we don't blame him. This really is going to come down to the wire.
ACU now at 39 skulls.
And now we're going to get a second chance to see what's in Tektite and get it ignored. Watch it be like the long shot in there, and that's what they had to think about when they saw it originally.
Oh, I don't believe that. ACU
I don't either.
That behind.
I agree. It's too useful to... So what is it? Arrow.
Arrow.
That's true. Kalo brings up a point. Chickens has still not been checked.
Oh,
ACU
God.
is a child
If it's chickens
in CAC.
after all that.
ACU is currently a child in Kakariko. If he waits for time of day and checks chickens, we will know.
Oh boy.
That...
Time
Imagine
of
it
day
being
isn't far away
Sphere...
either.
Imagine it being Sphere Zero after all this. Imagine. Just,
I mean, I would laugh
I mean, I would cry.
very hard.
I would say, F you, game. And then I would cry.
ACU has the better skull routing at the moment. Hell Knight is thinking hard about where to find those last few skulls. Meanwhile, ACU is now at 43.
At this point, I actually want to see chickens, and I hate it. I hate what this seed has done to me. I want to see chickens.
Koari in chat, obviously.
No, I don't think I don't know. I didn't hear chickens. Did you? I don't hear any. 44 for ACU.
Almost caught up to Hell Knight now.
That's real nervous. Because Hell Knight's finishing up the field with more Sphere 1, Sphere 0 stuff. And here comes chickens, probably from ACU.
Yeah, that has to be chickens.
It's not here. Check the hint. Because why not? Oh hey, that didn't help. Yeah, Ronan, yeah. I think the dude's just going through his notes trying to figure out what the hell did I miss. And the answer? We don't friggin' know. Because nobody wants to check their stone dungeons, and that's probably where they are. ACU did not check chickens? No, Skull Mask was already done a long time ago. That was fire arrows. No chickens for ACU.
So I've opened Hell Knight's stream in the meantime. He definitely has his thinking face on.
I'm not gonna make my joke.
Oh! We're going child.
Jabu and chickens. Hit them both. Where's ACU going? Minuet as a child? Also a Jabu play? No, you would just go Serenade.
Skull Mask, I think.
Oh yeah, ACU is now going to get those fire arrows and check Shadow 2. Oh, that's going to help Hell Knight a lot.
Yeah, that's a solid 3 to 4 minutes of time that's gonna eat.
And Hell Knight is going straight to Jabu.
Yeah, Hell Knight is headed for Jabu, definitely.
This is so intense.
This is nerve-wracking.
After all of this, it's going to come down to these 3 friggin' skulls.
Yep. So,
oh, Jax has a valid point. Shadow 2 and Light at the same time.
Oh. Oh yeah, if you do a few more Soul Patch skulls at this point, you're done.
Hellknight's actually not going to bother weep skipping, just going to give him the letter and say, get the hell out of my way.
You can't weep skip as a child.
Alright, shush. I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Yo, Angles, welcome in. Party of 5.
Hey! Welcome in, Angles and friends. Welcome to a 50 skull seed, we think. We don't know. We know 50 skulls has a strength upgrade. We know we're missing Din's fire and
Hovers.
And hover boots.
Well, isn't that a great thing to come into? Welcome into a 50 skull seed, we think.
I think that is the quintessential OOT randomizer experience.
Yeah, welcome to this shitty logic, we think. I don't even know anymore, man.
Well, we know that Hellknight is going to get his last few skulls here in Jabu. I'm going to presume he's going to go all the way to Baronade.
Jabu versus Light Trial, that's a Monka connection.
I mean, Light Trial wins on density.
It's true.
But Hellknight has clearly ran out of has clearly run out of adult skulls at this point, and just has committed to, yeah, I'm getting the last few skulls and routing in Jabu at this point.
It's true, Jabu does win on shittiness. Rafa is correct.
Yes. Where do you not want to be? Well, Stone Jabu ranks pretty high. On my list, at least.
Not wrong. And all this just because we want to do Shadow.
Well, want is a strong word.
I mean, I want to do Shadow. I will happily do Shadow over Jabu or... Oh! Oh, no!
Whoa, no! Well, we're going back and picking up the princess again.
Damn, I'm...
Sniped by the Octorok.
God dang.
The foolish locations of Fountain, Crater, and Well.
Yes.
KLO, we have seen exactly the entranceway of Stone Water. I think ACU dropped a Ferori's Wind in there at some point.
Huh. That's really rough on Hellknight. That is exactly the...
Yeah.
That's not even an execution thing. That's the game saying, screw you.
Yeah, that
And
Octorok sniping you and Rudo out of the air happens very, very rarely, but it can happen.
Not in that room. It's usually the crappy room after Big Octo. Also, that's also exactly not what you want to see 3 hours into a seed. Alright, strongest ass in Hyrule works. Got it.
Take the princess along, Hellknight.
And now he's waiting. He is ready. I mean, is it a happy 3 hours? It's definitely not happy if you're either of these two people. ACreativeUsername or Hellknight86. You like that segue? Sorry.
Thank you very much to both our runners.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Hellknight, obviously, you know him, you love him, he does all this stuff out here on Silver Gauntlets, as well as does his own running of, I believe he speedruns Final Fantasy VII Remake. Unfortunately, I don't really know too much about what ACU does outside of Zooter, but definitely worth checking out just from what we've seen here today. Thank you, of course, to our trackers, Lady Draco and Baseball, pressing all the shiny buttons so that we can keep up with this really friggin' close race of skulls. Holy crap. Baseball, of course, also for being race monitor and our bot today because our bot is down. And of course, Tobias, thanks for hanging out here with me while we goof off. I mean, very much commentate on this seat and not goof off.
I mean, yes, and thanks to Hellknight, to Dastar, our restreamer, as well my co-commentator today. I can words sometimes.
Oh my god, that was
Oh
good.
my god,
That was good.
Sorry. No, that was bad. That was really bad.
I mean, it was funny, which makes it good. Alright. I just want to know how this is gonna end up here. Hey, I guess that means all the problems with, you know, my fan and with the sound and whatever. I guess it's all Hellknight's fault, not mine.
Sure. Right. Time for Boomerang Chest, and do we go all the way to Baronade? I assume yes. Hellknight had to be thinking about it for a moment. He could have just jumped down at this point, I think, and grabbed one more skull. And been out of here. But do you really want to do that at this point? I don't see it.
I mean, I think it's kind of past time for, do you want to do this?
That is also true. Big chest on the Boomerang Chest. What is it?
Stone Jabu!
Delivers the goods!
No, it doesn't. That unlocks absolutely nothing.
That unlocks absolute jack, but it is absolutely necessary for a creative username to head into Stone Jabu.
That absolutely just put ACU on the clock.
Yeah.
Because as long as Hellknight just keeps looking for, because that means it's not on strength 3. That means at least one of the 2 items he's looking for is not on strength 3. And that puts ACU in, there's 50. ACU is now, I don't know. I feel like I put this prediction up over 2 hours ago. Is it bait? Is it real?
Well,
I dropped a shit ton of points on this. Alright.
Get those gold mitts.
Ronan, we don't know.
And that's the problem.
Wow, I can't believe it's only 48.52 with the 100k I dropped. Holy sh... Why did you guys put so much money against me? Holy... Why? Why?
A lot of people wanted to play the odds.
Alright, cool.
Ooh, ACU thinking about a check that I don't think we've seen here from Hellknight as well. A Royal Family Tomb chest.
But it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, we did not see it.
So Hellknight has to be thinking at this point, oh, do I take it all the way? Wait, what? Where are you headed?
To get shocked.
Oh, he forgot about one of those parasitic tentacles.
Did he?
I think. Nah, there we go, here we go.
He's on the right track, he just needs to, you know, focus.
Mm-hmm.
He's done so much that he's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, there's still this. Oh, do I normally do this? Oh, you know. Alright, yeet!
Here we go, OGC Fairy.
Rock!
Rock!
Nice try, though. I'll give you credit. Survey says... And you got the payout, right, Tobias?
Oh, sure.
Okay, it's not here. It's
there
not
goes
here.
Your bingo square.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Oh, vanilla stone. I don't think we noticed that it was actually the vanilla stone there. And yeah, magic lock magic.
Is it?
As much as I'd like to say yes, Kalo, I have no idea, and it's not like we really have the ability to check. it's not alright? Oh, you can tell. Oh, you don't even need to stun him? I knew that you could just immediately turn around and smack him. I just thought you had to stun him first.
Normally, I mean, if you're quick, you apparently
okay.
don't need to do that.
Apparently not. Here I thought I was really good at Big Octo, but damn. Yeet that rock.
Part 2.
Oh,
big chest. We have one.
Uno bigo. Come on, ice arrows. I've been calling them for a while. Show me the ice arrows. It's both.
And that
Strength 3
pays
hard
out the
required.
prediction. I think Hellknight has this, though.
Yeah, Strength 3 is hard required, because with that dins, there's no way AC is going into Jabu for a bit. Alright, pay out Team Blue. Enjoy my points, guys.
Team Blue has been paid out.
That was 100,000 of my points. And 41,000 of somebody else's. Everyone on Blue just doubled up. Hovers are Jabu.
Boomerang chest.
Boomerang chest.
That's definitely an advantage to Hellknight, and a creative username is on the clock now. He can definitely do the first few checks here in in Shadow Temple without any penalty. It's zero sum here. He's not losing any time by doing these checks. Because he can just Aurora's Wind back in here. Or not even that, just warp back here and walk back in once you've done the first 2 checks.
Kayla, what does Voldagia have to do with anything? Voldagia's long dead. I'm confused. We have hovers.
Kayla, we have hovers.
We have everything.
Chat is
Oh, fire was hovers locked. Fire was hovers locked. That's right. That was a thing that someone said. I remember. That was a thing back when the runners were in Fire Temple like an hour and a half ago. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Did we not have enough keys to? No, Volvagia had a key plus 2.
It was logically
2
reaching
keys.
the boss room, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't have climbed high enough just based on keys alone to hammer down the pillar and make this not hovers locked. Whoops.
Well, Tumor's dead. And it ain't Dins. Oh, we get our first dead hand of the day. The DHOTD, Dead Hand of the Day.
That's not a newsletter I would like to participate in.
I would like to unsubscribe, please. Oh, the Stone of Agony on Baronade. That is a lot of agony that Hellknight gets right there, because he does not want to see that.
But yeah, I think this is definitely an advantage to Hellknight if he does what I would do, which is now that he has 50 skulls, get his butt into Ganon's castle and check Light Trial. I think he has this. I mean, he will be in go mode in about
Prelude.
another way.
And there's Prelude, so all he has to do is, and he's gonna be in Ganon's castle already. Oh right, but did he? Who set Furores to the top? Didn't somebody do that? I feel like.
I think it was ACU.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if it's there anymore. That being said, Hellknight needs to walk to Kakariko, or warp to Kakariko, get his 50 skulls, check the strength 3 lock checks in Ganon's castle, and then he's in go mode and just gonna a Shadow Temple away from victory here.
Yeah. And we're not going to hit tracker percent because we're not going to see Sunsong or Bolero. We might accidentally get Bolero. Just because the last dungeon is Shadow. No, we won't, because Prelude, never mind.
Yep, need to Prelude anyway to get your Light Arrow cutscene in Ganon's boss key. Oh wait, no, it's not delivered via Light Arrow cutscene, it's the 6 medallion.
It's
airdrop.
6 medallions, yeah. Airdrop, I like it. Oh, and there's the water play. To be fair, that was probably the only other thing he could do. That isn't Jabu. Hellknight, come, you got the 50, dude. Oh.
Doesn't want to leave that behind, I can see it why.
Yeah, I know, I just...
It's not that extra time.
But now that we're finally in go mode, I just want it done. Just put this seed out of its misery. Or better yet, put this seed out of my misery. I think that's more like it.
Take your misery out of the seed?
I'm not gonna say what I was thinking right there. But you know what this calls for? With that string cheese logic, even though it wasn't string cheese logic, it calls for string cheese.
Enjoy. And there is Golden Gauntlets for Hell Knight.
Silver G Pride's in the chat, because I'm not at my computer to do it. And now I'm back. Yeah. Alright. Go, Hell Knight. Go! So that puts Hell Knight back to 1-1 against DCU in the league. Assuming that, you know, lightning doesn't strike here.
Yeah, the odds for ACU are basically slimming down with every single check he does here in Water Temple. Because we know that that isn't where he needs to be.
But honestly, even if he just somehow bolted directly to Jabu, he still wouldn't be ahead of Hell Knight. Because he's still got an age change.
True. Hell Knight isn't ignoring OGC so much as just not bothering with it until he checked Light Trial.
Yeah, check the density first.
Not even bothering with the enemies, going straight for the big chest and is out of here, obviously.
Pays out.
Go mode. That is go mode for Hell Knight.
3 hours, 14 minutes, 12 seconds. We are in go mode.
Yeah, that makes for about a 335 seed, I think. With Shadow Trial and the rest of with Shadow Temple and the rest of Ganon's Tower left.
No, but actually there's a really good point from Wario in chat. We still need Ice Arrows for Bongo.
Sigh.
No, it was Pi. 3 minutes, 14 seconds. Or 3 hours, 14 minutes, sorry. No? Oh, I tried.
You did.
Unfortunately, Bearded Tim here, it's a little bit late for that one. It's he's gonna need a miracle here. I mean, looks like it, yeah. Skip first two.
I mean, you can't know that. That would be the gutsiest play in the world to just go, oh no, I'm not doing the first two checks and then... Wait, did he?
Looks like it. Fine, Gutrin.
I have no response as to how he decided to do that.
I mean, he has made a few really big Galaxy Brain plays here, so there might be something there that we're just not aware of. I'm kind of hoping for his sake.
Just remembering that play of setting for Roar's Wind before Goma, so that he can do treasure chest game with the current time of day, which was nighttime.
Yeah, when he knew it was Hammer, yeah.
Still, I don't quite understand how he just skips the first two checks here.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't think he ever set Pharaoh's Wind at the top of Ganon's Tower though, so it kind of makes sense to see if you can just Maybe he's just gambling because he thinks he's behind? I really don't want to hope that's it. I think... Well, I don't know.
We're gonna put that under interesting choices and ask him about it during the interview. How about that?
Assuming he wants one.
That's true.
I mean, after a seed like this, maybe you just don't want one. Can you blame him?
No.
Yeah, that's a logical decision he might make in a match against you, Jax. That's a good point. Wow, scouting opponents on Restream? How could you?
Dang.
It's almost as if this is available to watch publicly on twitch.tv/thesilvergauntlets. Oh, big chest. Show me ice arrows! Damn it. I just want to see ice arrows! Oh well, at least we got some titties. Fair enough, Jax. Oh, Hellknight! You're supposed to stay on the path there, buddy.
It's not as easy as it seems.
Trust me, I've definitely spent a good 5 minutes at that exact platform where he is right now, not being able to stay on the path. So, I want to make a joke about him smelling blood in the water, like Jax is saying, but this isn't Baby Shark running. This is Hellknight.
Yeah.
Oh,
PK.
Almost a crush.
That was close.
That would have been a bingo square for me.
The peak underneath the crusher. That's someone's feeling under time pressure, I think. That's the only way I can explain the skipping the first two checks in Shadow Temple as well.
I just feel like the SFM path on Nocturne, like of the possible paths to Bongo, that was just about the worst item you could have gotten as that. The hovers are in Jabu's boomerang chest, Hyvila. Or Hyvila, excuse me. Yeah, unless ACU decides to go to Stone Jabu, much like he's doing Stone Water, he's in trouble here.
He's in trouble regardless, considering just
Hellknight's halfway through Shadow.
Hellknight's halfway through Shadow and on a good pace.
Well, I mean, they made their choices. It worked out for one of them, and that's how Rando works.
Alright. Hellknight is setting a warp point. Probably not at this point to return back to the start of the dungeon, and more just...
Yeah, to get out of this room.
To skip having to kill the keys in this room. We never found Longshot, have we?
Nope.
Do we care at this point?
Nope.
Good.
I mean, to be
We
fair,
also only ever found one bow, I think.
Yeah, you might be right. Oh, hey, boss key when you don't have Longshot. Nice. Alright, that's spell percent, that's clothing percent, that's shoe percent.
Clothing percent plus fashion plus shoe percent equals fashion percent.
We don't have arrow percent because we don't have ice arrows.
Big chest.
Kalo, I don't even know what that is. Well, I know that second magic is not in Shadow Temple because we know it's... Oh!
Speaking of long shot.
Okay. Okay, game.
Okay.
I just am bingo-less all day.
What's that doing there? Why is that here? Put it back.
Wait, what just got found? I wasn't
The long shot. Just like, the heck?
Richard's mom
Did
was
Hellknight
a
absolutely
cheapskate, right?
big brain this?
Probably.
Okay, he does need to go to the back of Shadow Temple at least. And he might have to need to go back to the front afterwards. Depending on key layout.
Oh my god. So, I re-rolled a bingo card yet again, and I still can't get a bingo.
I mean, at this point, it's pretty late to re-roll.
I mean, I know what I've seen, so I'm going with that. And it's just, I'm just getting the perfect layouts to just not score.
You're very welcome.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. Let's try again.
ACU is finally on the right way now, having done a lot of water temple checks. He is now on the way to Jabu with a little detour through domain.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had that many not enough. Like, I just re-rolled and got like 4 squares for the whole race. That was a rough one. When you're diving at 3 hours 24 minutes, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, Hellknight has the boss key, right? So he's just missing a single small.
Yeah, he's missing one single small key that can either be in
Manager or Spike.
Manager, Spike Trap, or the first 2 checks. I don't seem to recall that ACU found a boss key in the first 2 checks.
Oh no, we have the boss key. We're looking for a small.
Sorry, a small key. Sorry.
Yes, we did, Corey. That's how we know that hammer was a hint after I big brained the location of it.
In the back of Lake hints where 40 skulls dead and treasure chest game is hammer.
Hellknight, just pull out your damn lens. Please. Alright, that's just rude, Quarry.
Big chest, small chest, we're done here.
Yep.
Tell that you do need to pick up the key. Alright.
Alright, show me ice arrows. Let's put Bongo in logic. Come on. One time, for me.
Why are we looking at this big chest?
Please. Damn it!
There's another bow.
Wrong arrows. This is why I can't have nice things. I tried. Huh. Alright, we're going to the drummer.
Yep. Time for some music lessons.
Thud. Wait, spell percent, but we're not doing Triforce Blitz.
Oh god.
Listen. There's your pun, just in case you didn't have it yet.
With us two on commentary, I think that just becomes a free square.
It really is. I think just having me around in general. Like, if I'm, like, AFK doing something else, no. But if I'm even just somewhere around, yeah, you got it. What are you doing, Tom? Just do it now.
Win.
Just roll it now. It's fine.
Alright, that's Bongo done for Hellknight, and Hellknight has his 6th medallion.
3 hours, 28 minutes. We're at 6 medallions.
Yep, and I think my 335 estimate might have been slightly too conservative. It looks like a 333.
Excuse me, princess. The 2 minutes is gonna... You're disowned. You can't do any more commentary because of it. Oh, well, at least we're...
Excuse me, princess.
Yep, that's the joke. Anyway, ACU's just about to get that, hovers and be in go mode, at least. So that'll at least feel better. One more, dude. There it is.
He's not gonna be happy about finding that go mode.
I mean, no. But why? He should put on the skull mask. That's what we get instead of the shield flicks.
I mean, that's basically just he pulled the ocarina out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Go mode! Unfortunately, that is a whole Shadow Temple ahead for Hellknight. You gotta turn there, buddy. Alright, so we're missing 1, 2, 3 buttons from having tracker percent here. Do we just say cheese it and push the buttons anyway?
No.
Oh, 31. Oh, because that's what time it is for you. I get it. Time zones!
Is very, very midnight.
Yes, it is, and he is very, very much in Europe. I mean, I'm sure they're both wondering that. And Hellknight's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And just running. And not running into walls. I can't believe it really did come down to that strength. That's just nuts.
Yeah, the decision to play into that from the very beginning was...
That ended up being the play.
Yeah, it was a defensive play that I probably would have done similarly, even though I would hate having to route 50 skulls in.
I hate that you just can't climb up the central pillar there and just be at Ganondorf. You gotta go up the other way. And also skipping those first 2 checks did not burn Hellknight. That's another thing.
Again, I'm going to ask about that decision because that was a gutsy play.
Hellknight?
Hellknight.
You okay there, buddy?
Needs some menu still. Oh, mistimes the bottle there.
That one
There we
this
go.
time.
Second time's the charm.
Come on, Hellknight. Just push it a little bit more.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, just about got that.
Whew.
You had stored the damage value for the bigger on swords or jump slash, and then swapped back to Master Sword already.
It absolutely could, Kit Kat, and I'm gonna hope they are at this point. Alright, there's our second pair of double defense. Well, there's your 333 going away. You might actually have it at 335.
Oh!
What a race this was, wow. All that coming down to going to Stone Jabu.
What a relentless seed,
Yeah.
to be quite honest.
Even if they don't do an interview, like, after this race, I eventually want to hear their thoughts on the seed. Like, I want to find out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get him to not turn around like that? Because every time I do it, he just turns around and just whacks me. Like, I don't get that.
It's a matter of rolling in front of him first.
I usually do, but you know what? Sure. Alright. Come on, Hellknight, just a little bit more.
Last phase.
Two. 3.
Oh, he just lost his short jump slash.
Oh well.
Four.
Well, if it's not a store jumps, there we go. There isn't one right now.
There we go.
Kit Kat. But thank you. Alright, 3:35. Wow, it's almost like you had it, you knew it, Tobias. Get your GGs in the chat for Hellknight86.
Yes, indeed. GG's. Hellknight finishing with a time of 3 hours, 35 minutes, and 15 seconds.
As soon as he does that. There it is. Whew!
A creative username immediately forfeiting, because there's nothing to be gained from continuing here. We know where the go mode is. We know
He's got it, yeah.
What's expected of us.
Oh, that was a seed.
Yes, indeed.
Alright, Hellknight needs a little bit of a break, but he will come join us. And ACU will also join us. Alright, close that, and I am going to... Oh, I didn't do that, did I? I am also really smart and totally put the Discord overlay on the outro screen, so give me a second while I fix that.
Oh, great.
Like I said, I'm smart. And that would be a creative username.
We are joined by a creative username. Welcome in.
Welcome, thank you, thank you.
GG's. That was a race.
That
would be
That was
a creative.
I made the wrong call to go to
Creative username. Welcome in.
my child clear. I should have went to
GG.
Jabu.
That was Yeah, great.
That
really did make the difference there, but it was just you really caught up on the. Oh shoot, we got echo. Give me a second. It's probably me. Yeah.
Probably just need to mute ACU's stream for a bit there.
Yep. Yeah, it should fix it. Confirm no echo, chat, please. I always forget to hit the button. That's on me. But yeah, it was actually back and forth a lot, and then he was actually pushed the skulls really fast, and you were behind on that, and then and then you caught up to him while he was doing other stuff, and it was just so close, and it just came down to which one you guys went to first.
Yeah.
One of you picked Jabu, one of you picked water. That was basically the difference.
Yeah. Rando is gonna rando, and it in fact did.
It seemed like a nice seed, like with the hammer so easily accessible, the mirror shield so easily accessible. I'm like, not gonna be a 50 skull seed, and that was
you thought.
gambled wrong.
Yeah. I think Hellknight stopped collecting at first around 25 skulls or so, and I think you were around 15 or 20, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just how it was, and it was just. There were a couple of really great plays. I'm trying to think of what were some of the ones. Oh god, what was it?
In my head, I was like, I don't have to worry about skulls until I get that rang. And then just in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's always 10 skulls I haven't checked. That could be rang. And it just until I was going into water, I'm like, I really should check that because if it's skulls, I'm screwed.
Yeah, Hellknight checked 10 real early and had that rang, but didn't have Rudos for a bit. And speak of the devil, there's Hellknight. Welcome in, Hellknight.
GG Hellknight.
What's with my boss?
No, we were talking about the order that everything went in. But holy moly, this was a race, dude.
Jesus, yeah. Oh my god. That 50 skull.
Yeah, we're thinking that you basically, by pushing the early skulls, you probably ended up winning that race just because you were in such a better position when you realized you needed to push for it. And then, of course, when it was neck and neck, and then creative username goes water, you go Jabu, and there you go.
Oh.
And that's basically.
Creative, did you have strength 3 at the end? What happened?
No, I was pushing strength. I currently have it, yeah, but like with the water and Jabu, I was just looking for skulls, but I ended not water. Water and Jabu was kind of what it came down to, but I was pushing skulls in other places as child. So I'm like, I don't need to go to Jabu, and that was what really cost me. And then like,
okay, so you were missing what was in there? Hover boots.
Hovers.
Yeah, and we saw that when you got the hovers and you warped out, you accidentally put on your skull mask, and we just took that as your version of shield flicking there.
Oh, it's my controller.
I'm sure. Yeah, no.
Input constantly.
Oh, well, we thought it was funny. It would actually fit pretty well there. Just the mask of shame a little bit. But
yeah, so you were in Shadow Temple at the end, though.
Yeah, I'm in the invisible spiked rooms right now.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, no, that was a really close race. It came down to where did you guys decide to go with the stone dungeons, and randoed, and one of you won.
Oh, what was Child Warp? I completely forgot to check that.
That was Temple of Time.
Oh, where we at?
Speaking of big brain plays, Hellknight, you decided to skip the first 2 checks of Shadow Temple there, kinda.
Yeah, that's.
What made you do that?
That's a cop's tactic. When you have force wind, it doesn't cost you time when you skip these 2 checks, and you have to go back.
And so you just decided to go as far as you could without ever checking those 2, and then.
And if there's nothing on them, you save a lot of time. And if not, you can, when you have force wind, it basically costs you no time to check them afterwards, and then walk back to where we were.
Well, today we learned.
Interesting. I'm make a note of that. Might come in handy.
Also, we really liked Hellknight, your play on. You were at Goma, and then you decided to Furor's bail do treasure chest game before you made it daytime by killing her.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we really liked that.
It's nighttime, yes. Oh, let's go back.
Yeah. No, it was just a great show all around. I was just we were just telling creative.
But better than my play to go back to do reverse wasteland, fail it, and then decide to save quit because I remembered that the save quit was in Grode Fortress.
Yeah, but by not completing that reverse, you cost me a bingo, by the way.
Yeah, you cost both baseball and Dastar a bingo by that. While we're praising things that runners were really doing well, creative really incredible skull routing there, getting to 50 skulls that went really quickly. Hellknight, I think you were struggling a bit with the last few adults or with the last few skulls.
Yeah, I was trying to do them together with Jax.
Yeah, I kind of ran out of checks, so it was that or Water Temple, and I felt like skulls were more important at that moment.
I mean, you were right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I when we saw that 50 hint, and about an hour in, we put down a prediction on would string 3 be hard required, and that went on for like 2 hours, and I just to happen. It cost me 100,000 points. So, good job. Thanks, game. But yeah, no.
You can thank baseball for that.
I'm responsible.
Yeah, we thank Randobot, I think.
Yeah, I mean
for this.
We thank baseball. We did thank baseball, but because we thank basebot.
I'm gonna make sure to get it ready. What's next we stream?
I think we had one in the works for Friday.
That is correct, but we are still looking for volunteers for that one. So,
what an interesting segue.
Indeed.
Go for it.
So if you, dear viewers, want to help us out with making more restreams happen here on the Silver Gauntlets, we are always looking for volunteers on tracking, on commentary, all that good stuff. And also, I would like to say thank you to all the volunteers who made this.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Oh, hell no!
Before we wrap up. So, because at the beginning we were like, I was like pushing hard, and then I got like the hint for Spirit Temple.
Yes.
At which point I realized it had to be a bow.
Yeah.
So at that point I knew if Strength 3 would not be required, I would very likely be very screwed.
Yeah, I think at the time that we found the Spirit Temple to Phantom Ganon path, we already had a hook shot. Yeah. So it basically could only be a bow, because we already had 2 strengths from Dodongo's Cavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I didn't have that yet. Because I didn't go to Dodongo's Cavern for so long.
Yeah, I remember watching you approach the cavern and seeing the bracelet and start routing around it, and then realizing, wait, I need to get that, and going on top and grabbing it.
No, that was intentional. I wanted to.
Yeah, no, I get
to go DMT and then go back down again.
And it worked.
And then grab it that way.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely wanted to shout out you two. That was a great race, and I believe that was your second race, but for each other, right? So you guys are actually done with each other for the division.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, against each other?
Yes. Because it's two per people, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great race. Hopefully we'll be able to get more of your league races on Restream. As Tobias was mentioning earlier, we do need some additional helpers with that, as we can't even get the... in order to actually request to restream these, we need to have two commentators at minimum. So if you're interested in just, getting my puns off the air, there's your reason. But other than that, as Tobias was saying, thank you to Hellknight and ACreativeUsername. Great stuff. Hopefully we'll see you guys doing some more, and more of Hellknight, not just on the back end here. And of course, thank you to Draco and Baseball, pressing the tracker buttons, doing all the special stuff. Baseball also race monitoring and being our bot for the day, so we'll get that fixed up for league stuff when we can. And of course to Tobias for actually having the actual Zooter knowledge and not just memes